Okay. Well, the timer was all messed up, so ignore that. Hello. It's time. 3 p.m. Pacific time is time for Republic City by Night. Which is funny because it's the afternoon for me.
It's okay. It's dark
Me
out
too.
for me.
It's
See? There you go.
fine.
It gets
Republic
dark at
City
6
by
p.m.
afternoon.
It gets dark at 6 p.m. now. It's like,
Yeah, that's what happens.
it's okay.
There's a little sun beating out my window right now.
I see that, and I'm a little jealous because I'm just looking out there and it's just black. Just a void of blackness right over there.
Slowly, as the day wears on, then that will slowly change. Anyway,
That's true.
We should get started because I know that Kai has a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's the season finale. We're going to be taking a break for the holidays after this episode. So let's do it.
So
Yeah.
we're picking a crew advance. Did we decide what we wanted?
We did.
I was told that y'all were taking In for a Penny, so I
Okay,
marked
cool.
that down on
Nice.
y'all's on
it
the sheet.
seemed like we all had concurred.
For those who are wondering what In for a Penny is, In for a Penny is a special ability from the Ideologues crew playbook. It is you can spend one rep and describe how one of your contacts puts themselves in danger to help you. Everyone in your crew gets one dot in action your contact is skilled in for this case. Yeah, I very much liked writing the stuff for Ideologues. It was a lot of fun. Some of which is this one, I believe, is originally from Vigilantes. I don't remember the name of the original special ability, but it's from Vigilantes. If you've never checked it out, Vigilantes is very cool. Sean Nittner wrote it.
It's very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so y'all chose that, and your place is secure. And you have an elite assistant, which is Yuki, who is Nijong's niece, not his daughter, I think. I don't remember which.
I remember niece. I
was
So,
pretty sure it was niece, but
I was watching the episode. And
did we
back and
switch
forth a
between the
lot.
two?
We
Okay,
did.
I thought
That's
so.
exactly what I was going to say.
Maybe nobody knows.
Let's just not be a running gag.
They're related somehow.
Yeah, they're related somehow, but no one's really sure because she never addresses Nijong as anything but Nijong. But maybe it's just that sort of mother-daughter or father-daughter relationship.
We've just never bothered to ask. We've
That
just,
too.
It's awkward, you know,
What if
like
they're not even related and she just works there, but they have that kind of relationship?
Well, it's the thing, right? Like the subtitles always say uncle, but uncle's kind of just like a translation, like shorthand for,
Well,
you know.
It's
like big older man who I look up to.
Right.
it's one of those things in English where English doesn't have like I believe like there's a few languages where literally you can be very specific on what relation they are, and English just does not have that without being very long about it. So it's probably like my brother's uncle on my mother's side or something like that, or some other relation. That was a relation that doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. My brother's uncle is just like, so your grandfather's cousin? Like...
Well, your brother's uncle would be your uncle.
Your uncle,
also.
right.
Your uncle
I
as
was
well.
thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
No.
you
Yes,
would think
yeah.
that.
You would think that.
But what if this was your half brother?
Well, then you have to specify that.
Stepbrother's uncle.
Oh,
There we
now
go.
we're talking.
There we go. Done it.
Twice removed.
Stepbrother's uncle. Yeah, there we go. See, I was
confused
just
with like the second cousin and the removal stuff. I don't even.
yeah.
know.
A better example would have been like your aunt's like your aunt's like I'm trying to think of a good relation.
Your
there's-
aunt's cousin's
there's no good
father.
real-
or
Yeah,
something
your
like
aunt's
that?
cousin's father. Thank you. That's a good one. Yeah. I was like, my brain is a little bit of a mush right now. But yeah,
So maybe we shouldn't be doing this right now.
Yuki is an elite assistant. She's loyal and unreliable, and she's studying political science and law.
Because she is a good cookie.
Yeah, you're putting her
She's
through school
only-
by giving her experience, I guess.
She's only unreliable because she has class. And
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
She needed the unpaid internship.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting college credit, okay? We're a
College
legitimate organization. She's getting
Mhm.
college credit. It's
You are a legitimate organization. It's true, especially because last time, Torch finished expanding the office.
Yeah.
nice.
I believe you finished. That was the clock you finished, right? Yeah, cool. I'm glad I remember these things. I don't have a name for what the last episode was, but Shiro Shinobi voice here. The G-Dow detectives are intrepid gumshoes went to investigate a warehouse in the industrial sector, and they found themselves some triads. Well, more than just some triads. They found a member of Kayum Industries trading something with the Swanchi detectives. Things went a little pear-shaped, but in the end, Yuki got the crew out fairly intact. And so they found themselves with some evidence for Chung Su. And that was pretty much it. There was a lot more to it, but that was the basic.
Also the vase.
Yeah, the vase.
Yeah, also you solved the vase thing. Yeah. You realized, well, you decided not to give it to Chung Su.
Well, he was trying to steal it, right?
He was trying to claim it as his own, which is
Technically,
give it back to Nam.
That
We traded
that
principles
is in
for money.
fact stealing.
Yes. He traded principles for money, which is part of this crew. It's expressing your drives and inner conflicts and your essential nature.
Yeah.
You have a reputation to uphold. X.
And we have our principles. It's not
You-
just about a reputation. Like, we all believe it, I think.
Yeah, you do. You
Oh,
do.
yeah.
And both of your cohorts are also principled.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we ended last time on everybody basically we finished everybody's downtime last time. But Izumi was off somewhere. Where was Izumi?
So,
Good
you know
doing?
how I got out
question.
of jail?
Yeah.
You know how my mom came to pick me up?
Yeah.
And she was really angry that I was in jail?
Yeah.
Grounded.
Let's just say I was dragged out of there by my ear and being yelled at the whole time.
All right. Yeah. So you spent a few days at home helping around the house,
Yes.
listening to all the joys that family bring,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
and getting talked to by both of your parents multiple
Oh, yeah.
times.
Like, you have to be an example for your little brothers and sisters, and what are they going to think if you're in jail and you just going around with those detectives? What are you even doing? That sort of thing. Yeah.
What happened to the pro bending team they used to be on? What happened to Wanshi?
I mean, that's the whole reason we were supposed to be here. And now you
Yep.
threw that away, and
Yeah, they're also asking why you don't go out and find yourself a nice new pro bending team. Definitely not implying other things at the same time.
Mhm.
So it's fine. We had a scene we wanted to do at
About
the beginning of
pro-bending
now.
teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about pro bending teams.
wanna
And
see
that
it.
was Casca. You wanted to introduce us to somebody.
Yes.
That isn't just popcorn.
All right.
It's gonna be big.
So it's Goro and Izumi and I guess, I mean, other people could come along.
Yeah, who do you want to bring along? You're bringing them to Little Water Tribe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody should come.
Anybody? So for everybody else here, do y'all know what snow volleyball is?
No.
like beach volleyball, but on the snow.
Yes.
It's a
ba-
no bending sport.
It's a no bending sport. It's teams of two facing off in volleyball, and it's usually in a very cold arena because it's snow volleyball.
So it's basically volleyball.
Yeah, it's beach volleyball but with snow.
Do they
Which-
take off their shirts?
Yes.
Good. Yes. Brilliant. Let's go.
Because they sweat. You don't want that all building up on you. So.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Oh, they take off their
So-
shirts. Yes, let's go.
Talking about this in the office.
We got time.
I just am imagining Izumi like sitting in the stands with like a big parka on and the hood up while she's watching this.
Yeah. So, we're in here. Kai, would you like to describe your brother to us?
Yeah.
Also, can I bring Lee Fen, the girl I was crushing on in the club?
Yes, 100%.
I invite her along. It's low key. It's like it's not a date. Don't worry, it's not a date. But it's kind of a date.
Oh yeah, Lee Fen, the only notes I have are Earthbender Izumi's new hookup question mark.
She was on the arm of that guy. Who was that guy?
Yes,
Uncle Ma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uncle Ma over
Yeah.
at the Cloud Peak. Yeah. I
I
remember.
totally stole her from Uncle Ma.
You did.
You did.
Yeah. So yeah, she's here. She's wearing a jacket, but not a parka. She's not as cold as you are.
X, are you coming along? You're invited.
Yes. Well,
You don't have to.
It's the season finale. Let's go. Let's go. No.
Okay.
It's the beach episode, everybody.
Yeah.
I put on shoes though.
Oh dang!
Shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going in the snow, so I put on shoes.
Describe these shoes for me. Big change.
Well, so they're they look like military boots. Like they still have like the studs of like the Earth Kingdom studs on them.
Yeah.
So like they're studded. They're like black but with green lining, like army green.
Mhm.
And I modded mine a little bit to be able to take the bottoms off of them should I need to fight real quick. That's about
It was
it.
pretty cool. Those are
That
pretty
is
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
Pump action shoes.
Tearaway shoes. I love
Earth Kingdom 11. All right.
Earth Kingdom 11's tearaways. Yeah.
it.
It was only for the Sandbending Brigade. They had
Yeah.
the tearaways. Yeah.
It's us.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know why they would give you shoes, your Sandbender. You're gonna be in the desert anyway, but whatever.
Who knows?
For the non-deserty time because you know the
Of course.
Earth Queen hated feet.
Hmm.
Well, also, I mean, formal military dress requires certain things, right?
Yes, when you're on parade formation, you gotta be wearing boots.
Mhm.
So,
Hates our feet.
unless you were doing an exhibition, in which case you don't wear shoes because you need to do because you have to do all the earthbending stuff.
Exactly.
But if you're under a roof, you don't salute, and
We're finding so much about
And
the
you
earth.
can't wear your hat unless a bishop is present. Then you have to wear your hat.
Yeah.
We could go into the Earth Kingdom lore, but so,
Instead,
Anyway,
let's
here.
hear about let's hear about Casca's shirtless brother. What?
Yeah, Casca's shirtless brother. Let's hear about Venat.
Venat. Venat is my younger brother, and he's still a teenager. And he's big into like athletics, and so he's very thin, kind of wiry. And Venat's a steam bender, and because of some misadventures as a young child, my parents thought he was the next Avatar, and that didn't work out right because Venat's not the next Avatar.
Nope.
And so that puts him around Korra's age, and he came to Republic City looking for a different life, and he found that he worked really well at the docks and on ships and stuff like that. And he's currently residing in Little Water Tribe.
Mhm.
I don't have much. He wears his hair in a top knot, but that's about all I know about him. So
Does he eat spinach? Does he have an anchor tattoo?
Jeez.
wow.
no.
Okay.
He doesn't smoke a corncob pipe either. So,
Okay. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. We're gonna find out about him pretty soon. So
Yeah.
Good, let's learn.
And we also have his snow volleyball partner, Versha.
Versha.
You got any ideas of what she looks like, or?
Let's
Is
see.
she also shirtless?
um, This is technically a kids show, so no, I guess.
Like, like, is she wearing like?
I think
weird
she's wearing a
face top
sport.
thing?
I think she's huh? Like something that'll like help her when
Impul-
she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be an
Is it kinda
athlete.
like what X is wearing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yes.
like a sports bra or like a band top or something like that.
Band, yeah. I was trying to remember the actual name of that band top. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's fairly tall. Like, how tall are you, X?
I got me down at 6'4".
Okay. I think she's 6 even. And she
Mhm.
has a like grays forming in her hair, but it's like prematurely gray forming in her hair. So I think she's between my brother's age and my age. And I think she favors the Water Tribe blues and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's about all I've got in my head about.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's Versha. Yeah, I don't know what their team is called. Oh yeah, they practice at a rink. Oh, so that's the other thing about snow volleyball. It's done on like a hockey, like on an ice rink. So
Sure.
yeah, you got to have very, very, very good footing.
As you do.
Forgot about
Um,
that detail.
I was thinking that maybe that would be one way you're allowed to bend is to keep your feet from freezing to the ice rink and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
Who
that
knows?
definitely sounds like cheating.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds like cheating. That's like
Yeah,
extra
it's-
cheating.
Yeah, exactly.
Extra cheating.
This is like broom ball. You don't have any other.
Okay. Well, interesting.
But yeah, so Versha, so Venat and Versha, VV as their team is called, are facing off against the Seminole Seal Penguins. Because I remembered those from Avatar. Yeah, they're facing off the Seminole Seal Penguins. They're like Venat and Versha work really well together, but of course this is a non-bending display. But obviously Izumi being the pro bender on the team, and Casca being like, "Hey, you want to go see my brother, who is very athletic and
And is a bender.
and is bender, yeah." And then then Casca left out the whole this is shirtless snow volleyball, but
Why bring it up? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
It's obvious.
yeah,
But
they're facing off against some twins. That's the Seminole Seal Penguins they're fraternal twins. They're about the same height. They're both like about 5'8". They both have very short hair that has been like it's like Korra's hair in later seasons where it's like cut to here rather than going all the way down. Yeah. That's them. That's who they're facing off. They also favor blues, but they have darker blues than our brother and his partner. They have like deep blue. Is most of their.
They're the ermine leopards. Ermines? Those are a thing, right?
Yeah, ermines are a thing.
Yeah.
Ermine leopards. That's who they are.
Cool. The ermine leopards.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And for anybody that's catching this for the first time ever, well, welcome. But Izumi was on a pro bending team and reconnected with Goro, and that made them 2/3 of the team. And my brother might be a potential third to help.
Yeah,
them
because screw
their thing.
Yuri. Get rid of her.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate her.
Yep.
We'll put Yuri on ice. So
I see all the things you did there.
That's what that episode with Izumi confronting Yuri is going to be called. Putting Yuri on ice.
season 2, episode 5, Yuri on ice.
Yuri. Yeah, so y'all have this very exciting snow volleyball game going on. The place is pretty packed. The arena itself's like kind of small, but that's most things in Little Water Tribe because it's just really packed here. But this place is packed to the gills. There's people everywhere. There's lots of shouting, lots of excitement, lots of traditional Water Tribe snacks.
Fair amount of gambling.
Yes, fair amount of gambling.
All right. So I'm like a beeline. Right.
Yeah, you beeline for the bookie who's in the back. She's taking bets from like 12 different sides.
Yeah, like the hot dog vendor goes down one aisle and she goes down the other.
Yeah, exactly.
40 on the Armine Leopards.
She takes it's like, thank you very much, sir. I'll have oh, and she gives you a ticket. Just go, at the end of the game, head to the stall in the back.
I know how this works.
She nods and keeps going and just like, yes, I'll get to you. Have your yuan ready and your tickets ready if you already have them. And she keeps walking.
This is great.
So yeah. What Goro's kind of like looking at this. He also has a jacket on, but he is not as cold as him. He just like leans over to Izumi and Yukas and is just like, so this is volleyball? I'm a little confused. I don't know how this is going to help us get a, new member of our team.
Oh, well, so, my brother's a waterbender. I told you that, but
right, yeah, it's that one, right? Points at Venat.
Yeah, Venat down there. Yeah, the one that keeps having that beautiful smile that everyone stares at. But I wanted to show you his athleticism so you could see how well he would do on the ring, for the pro bending. Now that I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Popcorn haze.
It's just like, yeah, his smile, and he just like leans forward, just like both his head and both his hands, just like,
So, yeah. But I can take you to his school where he does train with his bending as well. So if you ever want to see him there, I can show you that.
Nod to Goro. I'm like, yeah, we should take a look at that.
Yeah, we should definitely take a look at that. I'd love to see him again.
Okay, this is adorable.
Yep.
I elbow him in the side like, oh, I'm sure you would.
Okay. Okay. I'm watching the game.
Oh, I know you are.
Anzu, what are you doing right now? How you like it? You've never seen snow volleyball before, have you?
I don't think I have. And I think part of me is very interested in the athleticism, not necessarily the sport. And part of me is lamenting how much younger Venat is than Casca. Like, just think about that a little bit in the back of my mind. Don't worry about it.
Of course. And just as you're thinking that, Venat just does a heroic jump and spikes it right into the ground the other side, gaining a point for the Ermine. Oh God, I already forgot the name.
Ermine Leopards.
Ermine Leopards. I thought it was leopards.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna write down the names of both these things.
The spotted ermines is the way you refer to it. But
Oh, okay.
The Ermine Leopards. Also for chat to see it because it's gonna be in Roll20. Yeah. So spikes it down and Versha and Venat high five each other and then they go for another point.
I clap demurely.
I'm all over here like,
no one can hear you. Everyone's just
Exactly.
Yeah, there's lots of excitement, some booze, because there always are.
like praying, like, "Come on, give me some money, give me some money."
Yeah, there's a section in front that is just swooning over both teams. Two different sections, swooning over both teams. There's some people just throwing their money at the at the rink, and the woman who's taking people's bets has to like run over there and be like, please, I am the official book here. You want to give it to me, not to thank you. Just like,
A coin just pegs her in the forehead.
yeah, just like, I don't get paid enough for this. Keeps going.
I do think there's at least one time where the call is a little questionable, and Venat is a little more Andre Agassi about it.
Mhm.
You know, a little
Yeah,
more up in the face.
There's of the ref. Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine there's a couple of times where he's like he's been pretty heated. He had a heated discussion with the ref, and then is walking back, and there's just steam rising from his footsteps.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. He's hot-headed. So.
Yeah, hot.
He'll fit right in.
You'll have a very aggressive team.
Yes.
You
We just all need to take the vicious trauma. We're good to go.
Yeah, your team's gonna be the best. The best offense is a good offense.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
So, yeah, the in the end, the Ermine Leopards are able to eke it out. It's a very close game. They win by 3 points. And part of the crowd goes home very disappointed. Part of the crowd goes home very happy, and part of the crowd goes home richer. Those are not mutually exclusive, but you know, for the purpose of the show, they look mutually exclusive, including you, X. You, as you remember, you were told for the ticket you need to go back to the stall and get.
Yeah, I
Your
go
money.
ahead and bring it up with like just the widest stupid grin on my face, like canines out, and I just lay it down. And I lay it down, lean over, and it says, "So how good did I do?"
The person there, they look at your ticket. They're just like 3-1 odds, not bad. And they look in a box and just like get a few bills and pass them to you. Come back again.
Oh, I will. May definitely be back again.
Oh, next time, he points to a board which you can't read, but for the audience can. Just like next time, you can bet on point totals too,
Right.
and specific
Spreads.
players. Yeah, it just spreads everywhere. It's just, like they start explaining it, just like
Oh, jeez.
I don't want them to
That's
know that I
complicated.
can't read, so I'm like,
Over under.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, I like those pictures.
it's like, thank you. Please come again. We enjoy your patronage.
Uh-huh.
And I enjoy money, and so I just walked back.
I'm sure you do.
I walk back over to the crew. Guys, look!
Good job, X.
Yes, we're going to be buying so many notebooks. I look over at Cass.
Can we get pork buns?
We
I
can't.
put like a bill to the side. Yes.
Yeah. Being a little water tribe, you know, Casca, the best thing to get here are eel buns.
That sounds good to Kai too.
I've
gonna
never
lie,
had eel, but I would
same.
try. it for
Barbecue
sure.
eel bow sounds like some.
Some
good stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
And
So-
there's definitely a place down the street that you can go there. But your brother and his partner are, well, you did tell Goro and Izumi that you take them, but that could come later because I don't know where is the Discord school, the Himizi Discord school. Oh, it's in the Phoenix district. Oh, okay. That'll be
That's
later.
Another time.
Yeah, that's another time.
Yeah. So Casca jumps the rail and heads over, gives Venat a hug, and starts like pointing back at the audience and telling him stuff, and is yeah. and they suggest to him like that we go get the eel buns when
Yeah,
you're done
He
cleaning up and
and
stuff like that.
Yeah, and he's just like he asks you, was like, "Hey, do you mind if I bring Versha with me?" Like,
Of course not. No,
like,
absolutely.
cool. So yeah, he's like, "I'll meet you there in like 20 minutes."
Okay.
Yeah. So.
So when I get back, I do tell Goro and Izumi, I'm like, listen, if he knows that you're scouting him, he'll get awkward. So don't bring it up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I'll just.
Yeah.
Right.
We're just fans of and really excited to learn a new sport.
Yeah. Snow volleyball.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's okay if you
I
think
like
he's
lean
cute,
over to
Goro.
Casca and I'm like, okay, I think it's going to get awkward either way.
It's like
and for once, Casca's ignorant of something that's going on. Like, what?
it's like earth football, but with your hands and a net. I don't know. Whatever. Goro was just like.
There's a chibi Casca, and their head just keeps flipping back and forth, back and forth. Because who could possibly find my brother attractive? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Damn. So the place you go to, I have a name for it. It's called Zahi's. You at least know of Zahi. Zahi's from the Southern Water is also from the Southern Water Tribe. She is in her 50s. She's been in Republic City for longer than you have. And that's all you know because you never asked.
Right.
But yeah, she makes some delicious eel buns, as well as some other Southern Water Tribe fusion food because she's gotten some new recipes being here in Republic City. So she's been able to throw some styles together. So there's like eel buns, not a thing you would find in the Southern Water Tribe. You would just
Right,
find eel, and maybe buns separately, not together.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe there's some Indian influence here. Like there's some dosas and
Mhm.
some chutneys and
100%.
Sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are more like liquid consistencies. A lot of like curries and soups and stews,
Yeah.
because the water tribes are like also have like Inuit influence.
Mhm. Yeah.
So there's a lot of that there, but that's another thing. Soup dumplings are a thing that she also makes.
Oh
That
my
is a thing
God.
that she got from the Republic City.
Lovely.
Those are good things.
I apologize to chat for making everyone very hungry, but
I'm glad I ate right before this. Otherwise, I would be really
Same.
hungry right now.
Yeah. Like I think back to all that popcorn I ate. I'm like, damn it. Didn't plan this out very well.
yeah, but
You should
Zahi
have thrown
is
your popcorn like I do.
Zahi has a few employees. She herself, again, in her 50s. She's really short. She's like below 5 feet short. And she has graying hair, not premature graying in this case. And she wears blue green, which is an interesting combination. Like not sea green. It's like part of her outfit's blue and part of her outfit's green.
Mm.
Yeah, and she's got some wrinkles on her face, but she's fast. She's one of the quickest people you've ever seen. She's able to get to tables like that. Zahi's itself is on the first floor of an apartment building. It is packed. Like there are not nearly enough tables for the number of people that are there. There's 2 different counters inside, and there's a line out the door.
Oh, like Pink's.
Well.
This place.
What'd you
is-
say, X? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like Pink's hot dog in L.A.
Yeah, exactly.
Seems to be a very popular place.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they've got good buns then?
Yeah.
That line's really long.
Yeah. What are we
I'm
going to
hungry.
do? I know you are.
My initial thought is to try to sneak in the back, find a table right after they bust it, and pretend I've been sitting there waiting for friends.
If you want.
You all see me kind of looking into the alley. I think like, I wonder if I can get in there.
Goro also looks down the alley, just like
We both do it at the same time.
You
It's
do it at
like,
the same time? His reaction is very different though. He's just like, "Do you know another restaurant down that way?"
No.
Looks back. Isn't there like a noodle place? Goro looks at you guys. Isn't there like a noodle place near here?
I don't really come up this way a lot.
So I see what Izumi's thinking about doing, and we've seen plenty of people like bringing in like crates and stuff like that into Nijongs of like ingredients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I point to the box of onions that hasn't been brought in yet,
Of course.
and I'm just like, if you can pull this off, I owe you one.
Finger guns, I got you.
Finger guns.
I
For-
slip into the alley.
Okay.
Um,
For a hot second, I thought Cask was implying you get into the box. I'm
I mean, that is also what I was thinking, but maybe let's not do that. Maybe let's just bring in a box and then find a table.
yeah, you gotta do what is it? Variant fire drill, where you act like you. Well, Variant fire drill is you act like you're an authority figure. This is just social engineering of acting like you belong.
This is like keeping my head down and not
Okay.
drawing attention to
All
myself.
right, yeah. So yeah, you pick up that box of onions,
Mhm.
and you head into the back because you know which one it is. It's pretty obvious. There are people coming in and out of it. There's a person there just smoking a cigarette, like kind of on their break.
Okay.
And let's roll and see what happens.
Good thing I am super stealthy.
Yeah, very stealthy. You
Um,
are in fact actually very stealthy.
I'm
Um,
not too bad.
Yeah, I mean it's almost like it's your best attribute.
I'm also bending and eyeballing. They're like all at two.
That's true. But yeah, this is definitely shadow because you're trying, as you said, trying to be inconspicuous.
Yes.
This is, I guess this is controlled. It's controlled. It's standard. You look like a little out of place, but also like nobody really is gonna look any which way. But you might get caught.
No, let's push it.
Okay. What are you
Let's-
doing to push it to risky? Or are you pushing to risky, or are you just pushing yourself?
I was thinking about pushing it to desperate extreme.
What are you doing? Are you like just jetting
does
yourself
that
in
work?
there with firebending? Like,
No. But I am like heaving the box over my head and just like making a big deal out of like, oh, this box is so heavy, but I'm the best, and just like
the other
trying
way, I had
What?
another idea, which
Yeah,
is
go
of
for it.
course the Metal Gear Solid one of you put the box over yourself, try sneaking in as the box.
Autistic, legendary.
I mean, this is a cartoon. Let's do that.
Okay. You find the box is actually empty. It was a box of onions that was empty. You put the box over yourself, and you
And
try.
then it's just like
Oh my god.
All right,
okay, so
desperate extreme.
with an extra die
'Cause if you get
I'm
caught
a
here-
daredevil.
Yep.
You were in a box. You were clearly up to no good. Like the cops are coming, and you're getting arrested again.
It's
Yes.
fine.
I mean, it's probably not even the cops because it's a little water tribe. It's just gonna be citizen
I'll just get beaten up out in the
arrest,
back. It's not a
basically.
big
Yeah.
deal.
level 3
Right,
harm.
right.
I
Um,
am willing to listen to a devil's bargain as well.
Jeez.
All for a little side scene to introduce my other
Yeah.
character.
I
Yeah,
will always
exactly.
listen to devil's bargains, okay?
It's a
Um.
very important side scene.
Devil's bargain for this.
I mean, this side scene's getting me 2 XP. 3 XP.
I know
I
one.
mean, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
What
cu-
does your what does
then
your
we'll guy.
not? Oh, sorry.
No, please. Then we'll.
I was gonna
that-
say,
see
what does your not girlfriend think about this?
Yeah, what does Lee Fen think about this? She's been with
still
you this
here,
entire
right?
time.
Yeah, I invited her along. I mean, she
Yeah.
knows I get a little crazy.
She's talking to Goro, just being like, "Is this normal?" And Goro's just like, "Yeah, it's
I mean, to be fair, I am more reckless than I used to be.
true." Kai, please, what is your devil's bargain idea?
So my idea is that Zahi, one way or the other, notices, and either like doesn't care or does care, but either way, like they're gonna pull me in for like some duty one way or the other later on. Like
Yeah, that's
Like
a
a
good idea. My other idea is that somebody else had the same thought and is also trying to do this.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be better at them than
I think Zahi bringing you in, Casca, is gonna be more interesting though.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
Yeah, I will take that devil's bargain.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
it'll probably lead to another job for us anyway. So
True.
desperate, extreme, 2
Jesus.
bonus dice.
Oh my god.
That's a 6.
That is a 6.
I'll
So
my
mark
desperate
XP.
XP.
Yeah, mark your desperate XP. Yeah, so you jump into this box and you just sneak on in there. The person at the door who's smoking is just like doesn't see you or doesn't care, just smokes. And you go through the kitchen. It's one of those scenes where there are people walking right by you and they almost hit you, but you don't get hit. There is a clear shot of Zahi looking around and seeing the box, and
there's
just
with a red exclamation point.
yeah, with a red
overhead.
exclamation point overhead. It's just like there's like 3 seconds where she just looks at the box while it's going past, and she just like looks away and like speeds to a table.
Because you're
Yeah.
fast.
And then you reveal yourself.
And
And
I
you sit down at a
claim a table.
You claim
Or
a
anyone
table.
else can, and then they're like about to see the next person. I'm like, I'm sitting here. Actually, can you go get my friends? They're outside. I like give the descriptions.
Yeah, the overworked waiter is just like, all right, 1 second, and runs outside, and they find you, Casca. Say, table for 7,
Table for 9.
9. Just like, okay, come on.
We had to bring in a couple extra chairs to the table that I was able to grab.
Yeah. Someone's got to sit on. There are a couple people who have to sit on somebody else's lap. Y'all can figure that out for yourselves. I ain't gonna do that.
I know who Goro wants to be on his lap.
Oh yes, 100%. I don't know where Lee Fen is sitting. So yeah, y'all get packed in here. Venat and Versha also show up a couple minutes later, and they're just like, "How did you?" Venat comes and just like, "How did you get a table?"
Well, we told them that we were here with your team, and they knew that you
Just, like,
won.
hiding, like here, like giggling, like yeah, that's totally what happened.
Raises an eyebrow. Cox is just like, "Yeah, sure, yeah," because Zahi's gonna be on all about that, huh? Mm-hmm.
Anzu
whatever.
like knows what happened, but just like kind of shakes her head and does not say anything.
So in response to that, I make eyes with Zahi, and Zahi makes eyes with me, and I'm like, see?
It's just like looks between the two. It's like, I will never know how you do it. Anyway, you want to introduce me to all your friends?
And I introduce all of my friends. I'm betting order matters in this situation.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, who do you introduce first?
Yep. Do you want a list of the people who are here again?
That would help.
Okay. So I'm gonna write it down in roll 20. So the list is Anzu, Izumi, X, Lee Fen, Goro. Who am I forgetting?
That's everybody from our party except for, of
And then-
course, Casca themselves.
Yeah, and then yeah, of course,
And then
Casca,
Zana
and then Venat and Versha.
So it's actually 8 altogether.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I think I may have added a person at the end.
and
Okay. So, well, we are the Jidao Detective Agency. And that includes Anzu and Izumi and X and myself. And this is Izumi's former teammate Goro. And
He waves.
what's your official relationship, Izumi, with Lee Fen? Just friends? Or...
it is undefined.
Yeah, did you discuss this with either Casca or Olifen?
No, I mean we go
Okay.
out, but we haven't really established it yet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I like we're still kind of feeling each other out, I think.
Okay.
So I think calling her my friend wouldn't be inappropriate, but it's clearly not
You'll
descriptive.
you'll get to find out later, Izumi.
Yeah.
So what I do is I look at Izumi and I look at Lee Fen for just a second too long, and I say, and this
And
is Izumi's
Lee
friend.
Fen. Yeah, this is Lee Fen. She's like in my lap.
Yeah, and Lee Fen's just like, hi.
So that's how I do that. Y'all can hate me later if you need to. That's fine.
Yeah, Vanat's just like, hi everybody, my name's Vanat. This is Versha. She's my partner. Yeah.
Good game, by the way.
Thank you. And Versha's like, oh, thanks. Yeah. And she takes a seat. She's like, I am starving.
Me
It's that.
too.
She's just like points. You just like, see, you get it. You get it. And Vanat's just like, yeah, Casca, we should get some food. Did you order anything while we were gone, or?
Well, they I'm sure we got a table before they showed up, so
You
something should
did.
be yeah, something should be arriving rather soon.
Yeah. What did y'all order? Just as a flavor thing. What did y'all
one
order?
of everything.
One of everything? Perfect.
Basically, yeah. Like it's gonna be like a couple platters come out. Like a waiter has to go back and get another platter.
half of one of everything shows up when Vanat says that. Just like
just a hunk of meat for me. Just a hunk of meat.
Yeah, you got a big thing of seal. Of because that's what they serve in the South Pole.
Start going down.
It's kind of like tuna tartare, like yeah,
exactly.
But it melts in your mouth. But I like really quickly get into it with Vanat. I'm like, did you see the ref when they called that shot?
Yeah, I did. Oh, it's bull. It's bull. I hate it. Ugh.
So we're just bosom buddies.
Yeah, exactly. Versha leans over to Anzu, is just like, so how'd you meet them? The sibling pair. You are muted.
Well, to be honest, I'm muted.
Without words.
Well, to be honest, I'm meeting Vanat for the first time, but Casca, they've been a vital member of the Jidao Detective Agency.
I mean, I can, from what they're, yeah. I've never heard of your agency, I'm sorry to say.
We're working on it. Oh, we have cards.
Oh, she takes one, just like, I don't really have anywhere to put this, but thanks. I guess I'll pull onto it.
I lean over and I'm like, we're in Tiger Ward, so we don't get up this way too much.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Right. Wait, I think I heard something about some like tornado down in the industrial sector, something like that. Is that it?
Choke on my seal.
That it might have been related.
Oh, really? What do you know about that? I'm curious. I heard about it down when I was I go.
Those are hard, okay?
Just like looks at you, just like Vanat and I both work out at the Himizu Discord school down in Phoenix District, so we heard a bit about it.
Well, tornadoes are hard. This is like a lot of preparation before you just spin one up, okay? The air nomads make it look so easy, and look, it's been in our culture for a while, and I had my learner's permit to make a tornado surfer, and I failed a couple times. It's hard, okay?
Just nods. Just like, well, that explains a lot more than I was expecting, but cool.
I'm curious, and I'll make a roll here if I need to. I don't want to ask out loud, but is Versha a bender?
You don't know, but yeah, you can try to find out. This is gonna be for the most part, you cannot tell just from your outside inspection if somebody's a bender. Sometimes you can usually tell, like, if they have like a water canteen on them, they might be a water bender, that kind of thing. But there is a way to do it, and you especially would know about this as somebody who communes with spirits.
Yes.
That you can read people's chi, and that can sometimes tell you.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to read her chi.
Yeah, let's do a bend roll then, because that's definitely bending.
Okay. What
It's a
is
good
my
thing you're-
position?
Doing it this way because I almost just blurted out like, "Oh, are you a bender too?"
Just like
You can still do that.
yeah. Position.
Except we're doing a bend roll that isn't destructive in any way.
I mean,
It's
I'm
almost
not
like
a bender.
yeah. I mean, there are ways you can do bend that aren't destructive. That's why there are other things you're bending.
Yeah, that's why I used to make people feel bad for me or burn them with fire.
As you
Exactly.
do.
Or make them feel bad for you after burning them with fire.
As you burn them with fire?
Yeah, there you
Like,
go.
oh man, poor Azumi. Oh man, she's gonna burn me so bad.
I think this is controlled. Like, I think the worst thing that can happen is she gets angry and leaves.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. And your effect is standard.
Okay.
Like, there's nothing stopping you.
How many dice do you have in this one?
One.
I'll go ahead and give assistance on this one.
How are you gonna assist? How are you gonna assist in her
Anzu
reading her chi?
so Anzu has seen my chi whenever I bend. So I want to say that, and she saw me kind of, investigate bending, and during our investigations, like see bending.
Mhm.
So I'll say that, when she's ever asked, like, how did you determine that? Like, she'll remember like a certain tip that I remember filling out other benders.
Right.
Sure. I love that.
Yeah. Flashback help. I love it.
Boop. Let's go.
So yeah, you also spend a stress X. That's a 4. Okay.
That's-
That aid really helped actually.
It did.
Yeah. Let me see. So on a 4, you succeed, but there is still a consequence. A minor consequence or complication. You're gonna be able to tell that she's a bender, but not what kind. You can try to resist that if you would like.
Yeah, I'm curious enough to resist that.
Okay.
I will resist that at
That's
whatever
going to
stress
be-
cost that will be.
It's going to be a resolve resist.
Let's go.
Resolve.
Got extra.
Oh,
to
okay.
resist.
Yeah, but I don't. There we go.
Oh, you clear a stress.
That's good because I had a stress.
Oh, nice. nice crit you got there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so-
Easy.
Easy. Yep. Easy peasy. She is a bender. She's not very open about it. Mostly because she's not a waterbender.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this the one with the green stripes on her?
No,
No.
that's Zahi. That's the person who owns this place. This is Versha. This is
What kind of bender
Vanat's
is
partner.
she?
She's a firebender.
Ooh.
Yeah, she makes there's a reason that she she dresses up like in water tribe clothes and stuff, but she was like not very open about being like, hey, she's like, I'm a bender, but she doesn't say what kind at all. So
Interesting. I
Yeah.
file all this information away in my back pocket,
So
and I don't say
also
anything.
to help you out with that, Anzu, is if you knew about the Discord school, you know it's only fire and water.
Yep.
Being taught there. So
And
when
I
they
think
told you that they went to that school too, then you would know it was one of the two. So.
yes.
while Anzu is reading the chi and making those mental connections, Azumi's like, "Oh, are you a bender too? Like Vinat?"
She nods like, yeah, I am. Yeah. Are you?
Narrows eyes.
I kind of like flex my fingers, like, "Oh, yeah. I was professional bender for a while, actually."
Oh, it just like looks over Venat. Hey, Venat, she was a pro bender. It's like Venat's just like, Casca, why'd you never tell me you work with a pro bender? For a pro bender.
Because of that call the ref made.
You could have told me before. Come on.
Well, I didn't want you like drooling all over them.
he just gives you a oh you look. It's like, oh come on, you know me better than that. Come on. Mm-hmm. Looks.
I mean, we
Looks-
didn't make it that far before our team disbanded. So I mean,
What's
it's
your-
not
what was
even
your-
a big
Hold on. What was? Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. What was your team's name? Maybe I know them.
We were the One Sheep Fireflies.
I saw some of your games. I wasn't like big fan. Like I there's another team that I had like big fan of, but like I saw some of your games. Great. Well, what happened to what's her name?
Wait. You saw some of their games?
Yeah, like sometimes
And
you come into.
you didn't tell me about popcorn?
I thought you would. What? It's just like he's just like. What do you mean I didn't tell you about popcorn? Did you never go to a pro bending game while you were here?
No.
Popcorn is quite a delicacy. That's just. I mean, I haven't gone to a pro bending game in years, but even I know about popcorn.
His head in his hands, just like, how did you come to Republic City? Never been to a pro bending match or a mover for that reason. For that, yeah. Have you never been to a mover?
We need to go see a mover.
It's been a while since I've seen a mover too.
Looks at you as image like you have to bring them to a mover. Gotta do it.
I promise you, I will make sure that they see a mover.
Good.
Yes.
Because this is a travesty. A travesty, Casca. A travesty.
I don't know. Movers are. What's the big deal about them, anyways?
I don't know. They're moving pictures. It's with stories.
And music. I love the music.
Yeah, like piano and stuff.
And there's popcorn.
I mean, popcorn's neither
And
here nor
there's
there,
popcorn.
I do like popcorn. I don't know. I just prefer if they were gonna perform, let's just do it in front of me, you know?
but
So
One
I'm
of
gonna
the
try to.
nice things about the movers is they can do things that they couldn't normally do, like right in front of you. It's real magic out there.
And more people can see them. It's like if you do it in front of you, you can only do so many shows, and then some people can't get to see it because they aren't there, or I don't know.
I think back to like being in Boston, say like all the kids like would gather around while there was like a traveling puppet, you know, like or like a poor like play, a bunch of like theater students who are doing a free show. I come back and I'm just like, I'll give it a shot, but I still prefer the real thing.
Casca, you wanted to say something?
So I'm gonna try to make this subtle and not obvious, but I really what I'm gonna try to do is ask Vinat if it's okay if Izumi and Goro come and see him bend at the school.
Well, I mean, I've come out as a bender, and I'm a firebender, so you could use that as the in. Like maybe I'm interested in the school because I want to get better at bending anyway.
Okay. Then what I'll do is I won't even ask Vinat. I'll ask Versha and be like, Versha, do you mind if
But you don't know she's a firebender.
or do
Yeah.
I not?
No, only
I don't know
Anzu
that.
knows this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I turned to both Vinat and Versha. I'm like, hey, so I know your school also does firebending. Would it be okay if Izumi came and watched?
Yeah, Vinat and Versha share a look that you can't quite like compute. And then he looks back and he's just like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna be there tomorrow, so come by then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can meet you can meet our bending masters. They'd love to meet you. Looking at Izumi.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Which I did not remember this, but one of the bending masters' names is Yuki.
So many Yuki, I love it.
So much snow. So much snow.
I had forgotten that we had named named him Yuki, so that's gonna be fun.
We can change that. That's
we can
No,
change it.
Just
Or
everybody
everyone
named
is just named Yuki. It's fine.
It's
Every
common
this is
name.
the everyone is John version of Republic City. Everyone is Yuki.
Mhm.
Yeah, and while you're having this discussion, like, right after this, like, this mover discussion is immediately fun. It's just like, yeah, why don't we go to a mover together?
Just you and me, or everybody?
Either's fine.
Okay.
We're gonna leave it at that. More food comes. Y'all have a grand old time eating some of Zahi's wonderful Southern Water Tribe Republic City fusion cuisine, which definitely has a shorter name that no one has come up with yet.
Uh-huh.
All like icy, or is there like cement?
This is a building, so yeah, this is like it's part.
Outside the building, like just outside. Is it like all snowy or like cold or anything, or is it just like?
No, it's like you're still in Republic City. Like Little Water Tribe is very much still a part of Republic City. Like you're still in a very urban area.
It was only cold at the ice skating rink.
Yeah, it's only cold at the snow volleyball rink
rink.
because it's ice there.
Outside of there, I'm taking off my shoes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You get a few looks from a few people because there's not a lot of earthbenders around here, but most people are like, yeah.
Toes on the earth, just.
Yeah. It's very, very cold right outside the arena, but you go down the street and you're just like, the good feel of earth underneath your feet.
Gotta
Yeah.
reset myself.
So you do that, you pay, you go, or you're about to go, and then Zahi appears next to you and just grabs your arm and speeds you to the kitchen quicker than you can react. Just looks up at you.
I guess Casca's gone.
Like I picture they're like the last person out, and we're all just like walking down the street before we even noticed that they didn't follow.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like,
Which is actually typical for Casca.
exactly.
Exactly,
Vanat's just like, oh, they do that. Okay. It was nice meeting you all. I'll see you tomorrow, Izumi.
I look forward to it. And I go to like shake both their hands. Like,
Yeah, and they do. Yeah, it's just like, maybe we'll come visit your detective agency. I don't know. I don't really have any. I don't think we really have anything that needs to be solved. We're just like, yeah, I mean, nobody's really given us too much trouble.
well, that's good.
Yeah. Tiger Word, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
I think.
Nijang's.
Yeah, we're above Nijang's.
Nijang's?
Nijang's noodles. I mean, the tea's better, but noodles are better.
You're above a noodle shop?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you can't work on an empty stomach.
That's true. It's just like, have you ever considered like a combo like deal where you get like free noodles if you get a case with you guys or whatever? Like,
That is a really good idea.
Talk to Nijang
We start doing
about it.
delivery for Nijang's, and we ask him like as they're getting food, I'm like,
And,
hey, is
like we
there
put
anything you
flyers
solved? Is
in
there
the
anything you
bags.
solved?
Yes.
it's like that's why I make the big bucks, It's just like it just goes.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
Bye. Back in Zahi's just like, Casca?
Yes.
What was your friend doing? That was very bold, but very strange. I usually don't see people try to sneak in that way. Now do I?
Did I actually see what you did? Because I fully imagined you were walking a box of onions in.
I mean, that's up to you.
I think it's funnier if you don't, but
Right,
that's
right,
up to
right.
you.
I'm like-
It's funnier if you don't.
I mean, no one's ever walked in with a box of onions before?
No, your friend had the box over them. They tried
What?
to act like they were a box.
What?
Did you not see it? It was pretty obvious. I guess nobody else spotted it because we're really busy, but yeah, they even did a big
So-
reveal of throwing the box off themselves.
So you let a box walk in?
I mean, I wasn't going to stop the box, now was I?
What do I owe you?
You owe me two things. One, night working here. Two, I have something you and your detective friends can do for me, because I heard you were a bunch of detectives.
We are.
Good. Please, step into my office. She points over into the kitchen.
Lead the way.
Yeah, she brings you over to a couple of the walks that are there's like, I have been in Republic City for quite a while now. So you know that there's some troubling things here, mostly those she doesn't really have a good description for, but she basically says the triads, but in some way that is more descriptive. Those no good hoodlums or something along those lines.
Maybe she's one of those people that like uses one old gang as the gang, like a Coke for all soft drinks or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a gang that doesn't even
definitely.
exist anymore, but they like everyone uses, like the older people use that as the name of the for all triads or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. It's just like them. It's just like
Right.
they're causing lots of trouble, but the police of the city are a little bit too busy being up in their own hats to help us.
Ooh.
So Casca's like holding the sleeve over their like red monsoon like marks and stuff like that
Mhm.
while they're talking. Yeah, the police and they think back to our friend in the police department.
Yeah.
Their value wanes and waxes at times.
Yes, it's true. But I have a new problem. The new problem is some out of district gang. I don't know. They're from Kyoshi Town.
Okay.
They seem to not get the message that maybe they shouldn't be running in here and smashing things with rocks.
Smashing things here.
Yes.
Oh, that's serious. And so like I pull out a notepad. I start
course.
taking notes.
Yeah, and she starts describing what some as she describes them, some no good gangsters coming into Little Water Tribe and just smashing some things up and threatening people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, and she's like, now I have talked to the police and they have said that they take care of it, but they never took care of it. I remember there was a some snooty police officer. What was their name? What was his name? Just trying to remember. It's like Jong, Firebender. Very, very rude. Very uppity. Thought he was better than I was. I showed him. Well, I gave him some eel buns that he will remember for a while.
You put some fire in his belly, as it were.
Yes, as it were. Yes, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yes.
Well, I think that if everyone knew your reputation, they would leave your shop alone.
You would think so.
Well, then somebody is sorely mistaken.
Yes, sorely mistaken.
We will take care of this for you.
Thank you. I will, of course, pay you, but for now, this is what we have. Pay at end, when job's done. I don't do advance. Neither do customers.
And I'll keep my tips that night I work for you.
Yes, you will keep your tips that night. I'm not a terrible person, unlike Jong. Or those gangsters. Don't like them. Don't bring them into my shop. This is more of a general thing, not to you specifically, but
Right. But Casca's still blushing because there is a gangster in Zahi's shop right now.
Yep.
And so they kind of crouch down and they put their hand on Zahi's shoulder and they give her that reassurance that everything will be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. She's just like, oh, also next time if you want to see, just tell me that your brother and his partner are here. It'll make things a lot easier than having to have somebody sneak in with a box.
Wow.
I dare say that we will never box our way in again.
Good. Also, I'm glad that they won over the Ermine Leopards. They think they're so good sometimes, but they don't even live in Little Water Tribe. How dare they?
Oh, yes.
I support our local team, and I will always support our local team. That is how Republic City does it. Just like- Anyway, thank you. Come back tomorrow when you work. I'll see you then.
Absolutely. And so she was specifically saying that she doesn't like my brother's team.
No, she doesn't like the yeah, she doesn't like your brother's team.
Okay. Yeah.
She likes the Seminole seal penguins. She's glad that they won, but she doesn't like them.
Okay. All right. Well, at least they're amicable. She's amicable towards them. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't like that because Venat, a little bit of unbeknownst to her, Venat lives with you, so there is that. But
He is not local. He's
no,
not
he's not.
local, So. Okay.
Wait, where do you guys live?
I don't remember. not
I
on
have
water.
I have in your notes.
Okay.
Y'all live in you live in Kyoshi Town.
Oh, right.
You-
yeah.
My notes are live on the wrong side of the tracks in Kyoshi Town with Venat, second floor apartment next to the train line. Think the apartment.
Oh, right.
Brothers.
Right. That's been a while. Yeah, it was right near the bridge to downtown. So.
Yep.
Or the tram line or whatever it
Right,
is.
right.
The streetcar,
Mhm.
Right.
the L train, whatever.
Right.
you wanna do.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So y'all have a case, courtesy of Devil's Bargain,
Cool.
Yeah.
but you can't do. You're not gonna be able to do it, and you're not gonna be able to start until tomorrow, probably. Sort of.
I mean, we can start talking about.
Yeah.
Start doing research and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can start doing research. We
So
can
I think
start.
we're all like waiting for you as you come out. Like we're like waiting for you to come out of the place.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Or I mean, I don't think we would have just left without you. We started to,
I don't think
then-
so.
and then I think Vinat and Versha probably peeled off, and we kind of just stood around on the street waiting for you to come out.
So I'm assuming we drove our car here.
I guess
I
so.
would-
We could
Y'all
have
had
taken.
8 people.
We could have taken the streetcar.
Oh.
Okay, streetcar.
Yeah.
All right. So I probably would have met you at the streetcar station, right?
There is a streetcar station that's like a block away.
We just-
Lytle Water Tribe has like three stations total. So each they're not actually that packed because most of the people who come to these games live in Little Water Tribe, but there's a decent number of people at the station. Kyoshi Town only has like 2 because there's only like one streetcar line that goes through Kyoshi Town. I'm realizing because if you look at the map, you can actually see where all the streetcar lines are. They're all the red dotted lines. That's streetcar and railway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Kyoshi Town has like one line that's in the north part. So if you live near the water, go to a bridge, I guess. And yeah, Tiger Ward has like 2, and Roku Heights has a few. Most of them are like down, like they're on the island, the peninsula.
Right. So I guess we head back to Tiger Ward, or do we all go our separate ways? Because
I have to go
think-
through Tiger Ward to get back to Roku Heights anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm the only one that actually lives in Tiger Ward.
But I
I'm-
do also have my girl with me, so maybe we go split off to see a mover.
Mm. Yeah, and most of the like there are a couple of movie theaters that are up in the districts, the northern districts, but most of them are like in Midtown.
Yeah, I think we maybe split off there because like you guys maybe are gonna go down towards Kyoshi Town and Tiger Ward, and we're gonna cross the bridge into Midtown.
Okay.
So maybe
Well,
we catch different streetcars.
all right. Well, I let everybody know before we split up that Zahi has a job for us. So.
I'll
There you go.
I'm gonna go link up with my roommate to see to kind of just rest at the house. Catch her.
Yeah, totally. I'm like looking at things like, who is your roommate again?
So many NPCs.
There are a lot of NPCs.
Enough to fill a city.
That's the idea. Yeah, I don't think we ever really described your roommate.
They just helped me read my letters. Yeah,
Yep.
Is this a bill?
I can tell you whose name I've been saying in my head. Jeremy. I've just been calling her Jeremy in my head.
Jeremy.
great name.
Okay. It's a very appropriate name for the setting.
Well, But you
I
can
mean, it's
spell
fine.
it like.
Yeah, no,
here,
no. That's what I was
Andy.
thinking. There is a way to do it. Yeah. Or
There we go.
probably-
Done. Sold.
Yeah. Jeremy. Yeah. You live with where do you live?
I actually live in Kyoshi Town.
Oh, okay. You and Casca both live in Kyoshi Town, interestingly enough. I don't know if y'all live near each other, but you both live there. Yeah, so you go link up with Jeremy, back at the apartment. I imagine your apartment is like just a little bit too small for you because you're such a big person.
Oh,
Like
yeah, no.
it's a it's like it is a place that is sized okay for a person who's normal size, but for you, you're just like, this is always just a little bit too small. The door frames are just a little bit too short.
I'm like just making it. My hair gets caught in other places in the room.
Mhm.
Jeremy, she's only like 5. She's only like 5'4".
Mhm.
But we go back. I've been keeping her updated with the whole Ren situation, and she's been keeping tabs on Hanella to see if he's had any info on Ren.
Right. Yeah. Was she is Jeremy also former military, or like did you like
He was up from the upper ranks of the military, but yes, we trained
She's-
her. But
Okay, so she was an officer. Oh, okay.
yeah, her family came from money.
Okay. That makes sense for the Earth Kingdom. Yeah, so she's like kicked back. What does she do?
She works she's a bending teacher.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why she keeps tabs on Hilla. Oh, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Right. So she's over at the what is bending school called? We don't have a name for his bending school, just the style he teaches.
This- Yeah, I didn't know if there was already an established school, but I just know like he teaches the style that my father taught.
Yeah, the wushu style.
Wushu style,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sand bending. Yeah, she does not teach sand bending. She was just an earthbender.
Yeah, she was just.
Yeah, but she's comes back like she's unwrapping one of her like arm wraps. Says, "Oh hey X,
I give her.
welcome back."
I give her a big hug. Hey Jeremy, oh how you
Welcome
doing?
back. I'm doing pretty good. You know, just finished some lessons, students. You know,
Yeah. I went to go see volleyball. There's a thing called ice volleyball.
wait, ice volleyball? Is that like earth football but like with ice?
Yeah, yeah. They played on ice. I don't know. It's super weird, but
That's really weird.
it's so.
Was it fun?
I mean, they look like they had fun. I
Oh.
personally, if like how in earth football there's a lot of contact. There's not a lot of contact in this one. But-
All right.
They do other stuff to keep you interested in it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you had. I assume you had fun. Where was it?
Oh, it was in a little water tribe.
Oh, fun.
yeah,
Okay.
Here's my half of rent.
Just like takes, just like, oh, thanks. Nice. Just packs away. Just like, cool. That was, huh. I mean, that's a change. Usually you get this and you're all beat up. So I'm glad to see that you got it without getting all beat up.
Well, I mean, I take a few licks, but I hang with the best of them. Jay.
Yeah.
Any updates on Hinola? Has he been around Ren or anything, or have they been?
Not here. He's been busy actually. Like he hasn't been to school very much.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's been like out for some reason, saying sick, but I don't know.
That dusty old thief taking a sick day. Either he's got money saved up and he's trying to retire, or something else is going on. But I need you to look into that.
I mean, I can certainly try. I mean, I can ask around, but I don't know what he does on his off time.
I don't either, but that's the problem.
I mean, you're a detective, right?
Well, yeah, and I go over picture cheeks, and the best part of detectives is informants.
She's just like, oh, you've learned a lot, right? Okay, you know what? For you, I'll do it. I'll see what I can find. Just like, but I'm probably not gonna get info until like tomorrow. Because I'm off right now. It's like finish just unwrapping the other wrap. Just like I'm off right now.
Rest up, and also here's some seal, leftover seal.
Seal?
It's been a long day.
It's just like, I'll take it. I was gonna make dinner, but looks like you already had it. Unless you want some. I guess throw some of this in.
I do a burp. Just made room.
Just like awesome. Yeah, scene ends there.
Oh, X.
Yeah.
I love X.
X is wonderful. Yeah. Hey, Zumi. Do you have an idea of what movie you're gonna go watch? Because I had an idea.
Go for it.
It's the because I like my really dumb historical references.
Sure.
It's the first. It is the first movie. It's advertised as the first movie that has people talking at the same time. That has and it's called The Air Singer. It's about an airbender who is also a singer.
Okay.
Pure fantasy.
Yeah, they have like 3 song and dance numbers in the middle of it too for some reason.
All right.
That's what it's advertised as, at least. You know, you haven't seen it.
We're gonna.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you haven't seen it. I just like my dumb old movie reference. It's great.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I wonder if when silent films were out, that people talked during them, since they wouldn't.
Because
there's the piano playing, right?
Yeah, there's the piano playing. I was gonna say there's music that goes on during those films is the thing, but it's the thing of like theater etiquette developing. Like back in the day, like back in the day, if you go to like a cheap if you go in to see a cheap show, like people would talk, they would throw things at the stage, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you think of the theater, you stay silent, like you don't
move or anything.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know what early movie theaters were like. It's a question.
A lot of smoke.
Oh.
You cut
I was just gonna say if there was a talking culture, then all of a sudden this mover that they're watching is kind of like making people feel awkward. They're like, trying to talk, and then like they're talking on the screen.
Yeah, well, it's the thing of like, I think for modern society, the old like during a play you would talk and you throw things at the stage and stuff has gone to more like stand-up comedy and stuff like that has more, I think. But who knows? At least for me, I'm not sure.
Leave Finn and Izumi at the movers.
Yep. So I don't really have anything else, but I think we go to the next day. Everybody meets, and of course, Casca, you lay out like what you heard from
Zahi.
What you heard from Zahi. That there seemed to be some earthbending thugs going around Little Water Tribe.
And she obviously didn't know like names or anything like that, right?
No, she did not. Definitely did not.
Okay.
She's just like, these no good hooligans are smashing things in my neighborhood, and I want them gone.
Did she give you like the most recent incident that we can go take a look at?
Yeah, I figured.
The only name she gave you was of the cop. So there's that. And of course,
and I think when you drop that name, I think I wince and also Anzu winces. We both wince at the same time. Like, oh no, not that asshole.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely like this look that crosses Anzu's face. Like it's worse too because like she just tried to be nice to him, and it blew up horribly, and she had to shut him down hard, and she spent all of her money.
That's exactly right.
We see Izumi going, I don't want to talk to him because he kind of arrested me. So
okay, I will do the thing.
You don't think it's Terra Triad, do you?
So the Terrors are they're like a rank 3 gang, right?
All of the triads except for 5 of the 3 of the 5 triads are tier 3, and then the Agni Kais and Triple Threats are tier 4.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mentioned like they were trying to push into Tiger Ward, and we got them to stop. What if they decided to go the other direction?
It's possible they were trying to go both ways this whole time.
Ah, jeez.
You know who might have some more info on this? I think the Chi Blockers. They've also been investigating stuff like this.
I could try to talk to Goro, but I don't know if he'll know anything.
I can see if friend's available and ask her.
I'm obviously going to the police station.
Sorry, Casca.
There's our one actual gang member going straight into a police.
No reason to be nervous about that at all.
Nope. No reasons to be nervous. It's
have
also
confidence in you.
it also strikes I think it would strike Izumi more than anybody that this is odd. Because he got arrested by this guy. He works in Uptown.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Do I know that?
You figure that you figure it's a little bit strange that he would have arrested you at Uptown if he doesn't work in Uptown.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, wait a minute. I got arrested in Uptown.
What does that mean?
Well,
It
what's he
means
doing
that
in
she's
Little Water
fancy.
Tribe?
I'm like trying to think about like, can I rack my brain as to what could possibly have had him doing investigations in Little Water Tribe? If
Yeah, you could definitely rack your brain about it. Let's do a little gather information. Let's
Like-
do some fortune. I think it's study, maybe. Putting two and two together.
Yeah, like recalling all of my schooling when I was learning to be a cop before I dropped out.
Yeah, or probably actually eyeball. It's figuring, look at the
Sure.
situation to understand what's going on.
I'm better at that, so okay.
Okay, there we go. This isn't about gaining a deeper understanding.
Five.
This is about gaining an understanding to begin with. Okay. From what you remember from doing criminology, there are a variety of reasons why somebody would be moved. But the most pertinent ones to this are would be they have been reassigned, either by the police department itself or by court order. They could have been assigned to a task force as opposed to because reassigned is permanent versus assigned to like a task force or something, which is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Or the third thing, which is also likely because you know a little bit about the government of Republic City, some bureaucracy has made it so that his precinct got like moved. Like the border of the precinct got moved for some reason.
Okay, that's definitely a possibility, but I feel like one of the other possibilities may be more likely.
Mhm.
I guess the question is like, how long ago did she talk with him? Like, when did that occur? Like, was he recently moved there, or recently moved?
I think from what Kaskin can gather, this happened in the last few days. Probably during the time y'all were doing the like right when you're finishing the Wan Shi case and after that, because there's been a few days between now and then.
So, like, immediately after Azumi was arrested?
Pretty much. Maybe not immediately, but like immediately or very soon after.
I guess I'm trying to formulate a timeline if this is happening.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I think it's Azumi's arrested. Azumi was brought out of jail by her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Then this started happening and he got moved. So assumedly got moved.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gross. Okay.
Very gross.
Would there be anything in your files that you took for the Chi Blockers that might lead us to something like, activity like this?
Is
Good
there?
question. Let me look at what I told you were in the files. The answer is probably not, because this mostly has to do with people in Tiger Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The only reason I asked is because I know like the Chi Blocker philosophy, like we're gonna protect, the non-benders.
Yeah, Room 623 is mostly localized in Tiger Ward. Like they are tier 2. So they're like kind of a big deal, but they're not like a triad.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So Room 63 stuff, the things you do have, you still have those plans they had to strike against the triads, to basically just like kick them out of Tiger Ward completely. So that might be applicable to Terra Tribe, but it's like kind of a reach, I would say. I think
Gotcha.
you definitely use it. You could definitely wave it in somebody's face though later on, just as a document to be like, hey, I got this.
Okay.
Yeah, because what I remember from that specific document is that they were trying to bait Terra Triad to moving into Tiger Ward, so then they could be all, hey, residents of Tiger Ward, look at all these horrible earthbenders tearing up everything. They're the worst.
Exactly.
So I don't think that they would be involved in Little Water Tribe because I don't think they care.
I agree.
They're not a big enough deal to care. If they were the Equalists, however, they would, but these aren't the Equalists.
Right.
The Equalists just care about
goodness.
the Equalists just care about just don't want benders at all is the difference.
Yeah.
So while we think about that, perhaps we should take a break because it is about that time.
It is about that time. What a great
It
idea.
sure is.
All right. Well, let me bring us over to a break screen and set this timer so that it is 5
It isn't.
minutes,
It's not an hour.
An hour. No.
5 hours later.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Now, we're going to take a break. And now we're back.
Hi, everybody. We're
Hey.
back. Welcome. Welcome.
Look at everybody's faces.
It was Old Man Withers. He did it.
Oh, well, mystery solved. Let's get paid.
In the billiards room with a candlestick.
Exactly. Killed Mr. Body.
All right.
1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
So we were going to look into which triads are trying to move in Little Water Town.
Yeah.
And what is up with Zhang?
Yep. Exactly. You got 2 mysteries to solve. And why they're moving to Little Water Tribe when they already have their own triad there. When we already know which triad that is because one of your crew used to be part of that triad, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, we don't talk about it. And that's even assuming that it's a triad. It could be rogue agents who are trying to set up like their own gang.
It's true. Very true. I did not actually think about that, but that's a good point.
Okay, then it's
Because I
probably
have clocks
triad.
and
Cool.
it's not that. Yeah.
Hold on
I
while I
mean-
write some things down.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a new clock. It's gonna be fine. I mean, there are a couple of factions on here that definitely would do that. Not gonna lie. But anyway, yeah, time to find out who's doing this. Who's responsible? Maybe it's just some Little Water Tribe hooligans who aren't attached to any triad.
It's Varric.
Any triad.
That seems
It's
unlikely.
very
It's-
he's
it's-
behind it.
It's Varric. The entirety of Varric Global Industries is behind it. They
That
just drove.
sounds
They
right.
drove it. They drove a cargo ship into Little Water Tribe.
It's an insurance scam on Zayu's part.
She was in on the. She was in the whole time.
That sounds right.
Yep.
That's what you get for, that's what you get for hating my brother. So
Mm. I mean, considering in it, spoilers for the Legend of Korra, I guess. Considering Varric bombs an embassy in season 2, like, I wouldn't
mean,
put it. I wouldn't
he
put it
gets up to some
behind him.
shit, okay?
Yeah.
I was 100% behind it being Varric. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Do you want to go up against somebody who's tier 3 or tier 4? Because
Yeah.
you go against Varric,
Well, you know.
or you can go up against the army. That's tier 6. But
I mean,
Anyway.
I don't necessarily want to go against, but
so let's.
around a little bit.
So we got. So let's do this again. Let's do 2 things because we can do investigate. I got a better way to do investigations. We're gonna have a clock and we're gonna have a list.
okay.
And the clock's gonna be the primary thing, and the list is just for us to remember where shit is. This is gonna be an 8 clock. So let me make that token. Here it is. I'm gonna put it right over here, right above the legend.
Perfect.
And I'm going to write. No, not an Arial. I don't know why it defaults to Arial. I don't like it.
I
Case
always ship
clock.
to like Contrail or something like that.
Yeah, I do like Contrail or Patrick Hand.
Yeah.
Contrail for this game specifically. Case clock. It's an 8 clock.
Okay.
I make it bigger. It's right there. So there we go. In terms of the list, we have a couple of things we want to do. One is to find out who's knocking things over in Little Water Tribe.
Yep.
And stop him.
Yeah, and stop them.
That's it. That's the whole list.
Well, also we want to find out why the heck Jong is in Little Water Tribe.
Yeah.
But it's not really related to the... I guess it might be.
It might be. We don't know.
Y'all want to also meet up with the Knot.
Yeah.
At some point. Oh, and for X specifically, you need to talk to Jeremy again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the school and meet her there.
Okay, actually put the case clock up here so we have more space. All right, there we go.
All right.
There we go. So yeah, that's what we got. So we got 4 things to do so far. We might add more to this list. It was like the time before we had 6 things on the list and we did 5 of them. So yeah. But the important one, which is basically what the case clock is find out who's knocking things over in Little Water Tribe and stop them.
Yeah.
We also got what's with Zhang, because he's involved with this. Meeting up with the Knot and talking to Jeremy. So, and of course y'all got a new special ability, which is in for a penny, where you can spend a rep and describe how one of your contacts got themselves into danger to help you out, which can also help you for the actual engagement roll if there is one for the case, or just for the case in general.
Which will let us all get
So
1 extra pip for the case.
Yeah, for the case.
In a particular...
action.
Yeah.
So would that be one of our crew contacts, or would that be one of our, or could that be one of our personal contacts?
Usually contacts in this game, because it's a crew ability, would be one of your crew contacts, or if y'all had turf, it would be one of those contacts.
Gotcha.
One of the turf contacts.
Maybe we
But
should
y'all
get some
don't have any turf. Technically, Nijong counts because he's huge headquarters, and I guess Yuki does because she works there, but they're also cohorts, so
Right.
they can do that without you spending rep. You just won't get the skill bonus.
Right. So who else is on our list?
So y'all have Zhu, a cop who works down in downtown now. You got Duster, and then the other 4 who you've never talked to are Luma, an investigative reporter, Ro, a foreign agent, Shay, a manager, and Budon, a tea house owner.
What if one of these lives in Little Water Tribe? And
Yeah,
Like-
sure.
Like Budon's also been hit in addition to Zahi.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. So Budon is over in Little Water Tribe. That's good to know.
And like, I like that, their tea house gets hit also, and so like maybe they get themselves into a little bit of trouble by like snagging some evidence from whoever did it,
Mhm. Yeah, totally.
which puts them in danger, both because they're going up against the triad, and because of they're drawing attention themselves.
100%. So yeah, spend a rep. Y'all will be getting. I will decide what action you're gonna get a dot in, but I'm gonna roll for Budon to see basically how much he adds to the case clock. It's just gonna be like a d6, and we're gonna see how it goes. Or I can actually just roll fortune. Roll fortune. 1.
Come on, baby, come on.
Okay, that's
Uh,
6.
Budan. 5. Okay,
I'll take
so
a
you
5.
got you get 2 on the case clock. So yeah, he's able to snag some evidence. He has both visual evidence because he saw some of the people, and he has some physical evidence as well. He finds he brings to your off you go to his place. It's been tossed around a little bit in Little Water Tribe. Budon is he's in his 40s. He's originally from the Northern Water Tribe. He's on the taller side, like he's all like 6'1". He has his he's balding balding brown hair. He has he generally wears a blue scarf over mostly grays. And he has his tea house here, so he's very soft spoken, and he's usually very composed. But in this case, it's like, well, I have been in quite the rush trying to get everything open again. For, I can't leave people hanging out here. I got a business to run, but I saw some of those. They looked like triads, at least. They definitely swaggered like them. They have those triad types that are all big and about themselves, and they always think that they have the right of way to get whatever they want. They asked for cash. I didn't give them any, but they did leave this, and he picks up a poster. And it is a poster of a large man, a large shirtless man with a big belt on, with his hands at his side, and it says it's basically like, come on down to Tay's Temple of the Boulder Street Philosophy.
Crack my knuckles.
Yeah.
It's like, he left one of these. I don't really know anything about it. It sounds like a bunch of crock to me, but maybe it can help you.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you.
They also had tattoos. Few of them have different tattoos than I was expecting. Obviously, some of them, I say obviously, some of them had more. They had one of them had a like the Oath of the Earth Kingdom, I think, or something like that. I only saw bits and pieces of it, but I thought it was kind of weird, like scrawled on their arm.
Interesting.
Would that ring any bells to me?
It might. The Oath of the Earth Kingdom, being from the Earth Kingdom. You had to swear it when you were in the army. It's something that most people in the Earth Kingdom learn. It's strange that anybody in Republic City would have it tattooed on their arm, unless they were from the Earth Kingdom or really into the Earth Kingdom. But then why'd they be living there in Republic City?
Is that something like a lot of military types, like they tattoo on them, like how like in some, not like that?
Not the Oath. They'd have other stuff. Like usually military types have stuff like they're usually more like their like brigade or regimental like mottos or something like that would be tattooed on, but not the Oath of the Earth Kingdom.
Well, that's very interesting. And the other tattoos?
Actually, X, how much you remember from history class? I say history class. How much you remember from what you learned about Earth Kingdom history?
I knew a lot was reminded to me during the army because it had to be quoted a lot.
Yeah, so there was a back. This is something that the military would also reference. At the end of the 100 Years' War, because the 100 Years' War was the last actual war that the Earth Kingdom had. There was a movement to reclaim the Earth Kingdom colony, the Fire Nation colonies that used to be Earth Kingdom. They used to be Earth Kingdom territory, but the Fire Nation took them over, and they're now what is the United Republic of Nations, which Republic City is part of. During that time, there was a movement called the Harmony Restoration Movement. The Earth Kingdom doesn't talk about it very much anymore, but it was a movement by the Earth King of the time to reclaim the colonies, because there was this whole thing with like the Avatar having promised to do this and then going back on it, and it's a little bit confusing. And like,
Yeah.
obviously, you just know about the armies, like what the army says about it, and the army's like, we had a fight in we fought some rebels in these territories, and then we pulled out because they were not our territories. And that's basically what the army says about it. They're like, ain't our responsibility. It was political, is basically what they say about it.
Got it. Do I remember if they were like dangerous? These particular types were dangerous about that war. Like, was it like a real? Did we lose a lot?
No, it was like there wasn't really like a lot of loss of life or anything. It was like there was like one big battle that was part of it, but most people don't talk about it. It's kind of like, hey, this is what we're trying to prevent. We don't want this happening again, where we have some stalemate where we have to withdraw.
Okay. I relay that info to Anzu, Casca, and the Zumi. Like, yo, back at home, there was this group of rebels during the early 80s when Avatar Aang was around, and they were tough enough to put the actual Earth Kingdom army in a stalemate. But one thing about them was that oath of the Earth Kingdom.
Do you tell us their name?
Oh,
So there's the rebels are the Fire Nation Fire Nation Earth Kingdom colonists that were there. The Harmony Restoration movement was the political movement that the Earth King created to reclaim the territories. Actually, who was the person with the Earth King or the Earth Kingdom diplomats? I'm trying to remember. That was you, Azumi. Azumi, when X mentions the Harmony Restoration movement, you remember that your friend, the Earth King diplomat, whose name I should really remember. Bono mentioned them.
He mentioned
the Harmony Restoration movement.
In what context? Can you remind me?
He mentioned them in a context of they were like trying to contact him, and he was like, he was basically like, they're a bunch of crazies.
Okay.
Which is strange that they would exist now, considering they're like, as far as X knows, they're like historical artifacts.
Okay, then I think Azumi kind of like squints and she thinks that because she's like, I know I've heard that name. What? And then she says, they're still around or something, because so you remember when I wasn't around for a few days because the cops were looking for me because I did all that firebending. Not the most recent time. It was like back in the first case.
I was going to ask which time.
The fact that there has to be asked.
So I've got a friend. He used to sponsor our team, and so I kind of hid out at his place for a while, and he does some dealings with like diplomatic stuff. I don't know, it's complicated. I don't really understand all of it, but he was talking about how people from the Harmony Restoration were contacting him like recently.
That is odd.
Yep. Very odd indeed.
So
yeah, you have all this, and Budon's like, he's like, well, I don't have any really more information, but I hope you sock it to him, knock out the competition, as you say.
I do the little uppercut thing that we do, I think, to like, yeah, we're gonna knock him out.
Anyway, it was a very close call on my part. I'm lucky that I'm just a tea house. Maybe they could have taken other things, but they're usually more, as far as I know, the triads, they're more about scaring people and getting protection money than actually doing a lot of destruction. But
maybe we should do some poking around in Kyoshi Town, see if anybody knows about this Harmony thing.
That's a good
That'd be
idea.
the next logical step.
I mean, if they're an Earth Kingdom thing, I think that's where they would probably be held up.
It's a good idea. It's a very good idea. And I think that like while we've been doing all of this and just talking with him, like Anzu has been like helping clean up, like in the middle
Cool,
of the
yeah.
conversation, like has a broom and has been sweeping this whole time. And now that we're
Nice.
about to leave, like she finishes like sweeping up the last thing into a little dustpan and dropping it off. And it's like anything we can do to help.
Figuring this all out and stopping it is more than I can ask for. But please, he gets he walks over and gets a like small like paper box. He's like, my compliments, and like bows to you and presents it to you with both hands.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the tea you don't drink.
Yeah, exactly.
I say thank you, put it away, never see it again.
It can be for the office.
Yeah,
I did not even think about that, but it's even better now. Yeah, because nobody drinks coffee here, Anzu. Jeez.
It's just Anzu. She's a weirdo.
So what would y'all like to do next? You got some information about this Harmony Restoration movement to look into. So
I still want to talk to Goro and see.
Okay.
I mean, he's technically not one of my contacts, but
I think at this point you probably should add him as a contact, because he's come up enough.
okay. Then should I change my clock to be like maybe get an uptick with him?
Yeah, this is to make him your friend rather than your
Okay.
contact, I think.
Okay, cool.
So I could go to find out who this boulder thing is, the poster.
Yeah,
I'll
you
go
got
with
a
you for
you
that.
got a location and everything for Tay's temple to the Boulders quote unquote street philosophy.
I think we can all go for that.
Oh, well,
I mean, did you want to go alone?
well, I was just thinking that somebody could, with the premise that they're legitimately looking into it as opposed to like trying to crack down on it, and find out what was going on there.
Well, you know who needs to go then is X.
Yeah, X, you can totally make yourself seem legit to Tay's temple of the Boulder Street philosophy.
I guess. Let me just wrap my hands. I pull out some tape to start.
Mm-hmm.
With a full inkling in my mind that, like, okay, they want me to beat somebody up, so that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
That might happen, but
Maybe it might happen. We'll see. So yeah, it sounds like X. You're gonna go to Tay's. Let's see, who's going where? X is going to Tay's.
I'll go with X.
Okay, you're going with X.
I'm gonna
Izumi,
go talk to Goro.
Casca. You're gonna talk to Goro. Casca, what are you gonna do during this? You do have you still also do have what's with Jong on this list.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the best scene for my character is to be at a police station. So
Okay, cool. Are you going to which police station are you going to? Are you going to go talk to Ju, or are you going to go to the Uptown like police station and find out what's what there?
where is Zhang at?
Zhang technically works in Uptown.
Last we heard.
Yeah,
Then I will start in Uptown.
cool. All right, so let's go around. Let's start with Taze. So let's start with X and Anzu.
Okay.
So you go to this address in Kyoshi Town. It is in a basement. It's like a basement warehouse that's underneath like an apartment building. It's like really there's a lot of space down here. It's like mostly just like a dirty floor. There's some like there is a ring in the middle of it, and there's like cushions all around. And at the back there is a yeah, basically Fight Club. At the back there's a couple of braziers That's the name for them. Braziers and a poster with an artist's depiction of some guy, some big dude with like a freaking like champion's belt on, flexing. In front of him is an equally large man, who's missing a couple of teeth, and he has two. He is also not wearing shoes, kind of like UX.
A competent vendor, I see.
Actually,
Yes.
I just realized I have a power that I got last time that I haven't got a chance to use yet.
Ooh, please do.
Because this is a person, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
I know
yeah.
Their name. So
Mhm.
before we get there, what have I heard about them? Because I have heard of them.
You've definitely heard of Twin-Toed Tay. Twin-Toed Tay is he is the proclaimed son of the Boulder. The Boulder was some professional wrestler from the Earth Kingdom like 70 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really sure on that one, but Twin-Toed Tay is he's the self-proclaimed son of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which son seems a little bit
Iffy because he's kind of young.
Yeah, because he's kind of young, and the Boulder was kind of a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's been doing very well for himself, promulgating this street philosophy of the Boulder. This street philosophy usually entails some fight demonstrations and him getting money from people. So yeah.
And I also have to tell you how I learned this detail.
Yes, please do. How did you learn this detail?
So obviously, one of the other people who does spirit bending with me, when we go and do our seances, has been to the school of street philosophy, or whatever you call it, and has donated money to these demonstrations.
He is all in. This person that you do spirit bending with, he is all in on the street philosophy. He thinks it's the greatest thing.
For sure.
It is. He tells you probably every other time that you're there that it's now how he leads his life. That the Boulder is a great inspiration. That Tay is a wonderful teacher. You're gonna find out if any of that is true in a second. But yeah, you show up with there are some other people there. They're sitting down these cushions. There's a few people who are stretching. There's a few people talking to each other. There's Tay seems to have hired a couple people to hand out flyers and be they call themselves spiritual guides. Yeah. So yeah, there's some people milling about. What do y'all do? There's one of them's coming over to you to talk to you. What do you do?
I'm gonna just kind of stand up, but look over to Anzu, kind of see what they're feeling.
And Anzu just kind of straightens her jacket and is oh, hello. Well, my dear close friend Thong has told me all about this Boulder's street philosophy, and well, my friend and I were just very interested in hearing it from the source.
Oh, you want to hear about the street philosophy? The spiritual guide is this. He's a tall man. He's pretty svelte. He has the same facial hair as the person as the Boulder. It's on and he's wearing a big belt. Is wearing greens. He says, well, let me tell you about the street philosophy of the greatest, the grandest, the most wonderful Boulder, the undisputed champion of all the Earth Kingdom. Which, X, you of course know that that's complete and utter BS. You don't even know who the Boulder is.
Yeah, I'm I have this very visible stank on my face, looking at question mark?
Yep.
I'm pretending really hard that I care.
Yeah, and he starts giving you the spiel about the great achievements of the Boulder and how his son Tay is decided to continue his grand legacy here in Republic City, and how that this philosophy can help you in your everyday life. Um, if you didn't know if you didn't know if you do know better, this is probably a cult.
I mean, that sounds right.
There aren't a lot of cults in Avatar: The Last Airbender, but this is one of them.
I mean, I would almost consider what I do as a cult too.
Oh
and,
yeah,
you
you're
know.
also as you game recognizes game as a part of a cult. You recognize that this is a cult.
Yeah.
When you're inside of a cult, it's called the faith. It's not called a cult.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They don't call it the faith here. They call it they call it being a practitioner of the Boulder Street philosophy. Because as we all know, Tay is a street philosopher, not a cult leader.
Right.
What's Tay looking like he's doing?
Tay right now is preparing, like he's actually in like this ring, and he looks like he's preparing something on the ground of the ring.
I'm gonna walk towards him.
Okay. Yeah, he stops, like he looks like he finishes whatever he's doing in the ring, and he looks up and he says, "Oh, hello. I you look new to me. Who are you?"
Oh, you can just call me X.
X. Good to meet you. You look like a first timer, am I right?
Yes, I'm actually new here.
I'm Tay, street philosopher. Great to meet you.
Street philosopher. I never heard the word philosopher, but like street, I'm thinking like fighter, and it's like, oh, so I like do some stretches, like, oh, street. Oh, okay, so you go out on the streets too?
Yeah, I go out on the streets sometimes. You know, gotta teach people what this philosophy is all about. You know.
So she's thinking teach, like he's just like wailing on people on the streets, like, wow, whoa, and they just let you do that?
Well, yeah, it doesn't really hurt anybody. Well, anyone, you know what I mean. It's like
I know what you mean.
Yep.
I usually do most of my street stuff over in the fighting cage.
Oh, bringing it to the sporting types. I see. Yeah.
You know, because they look at me and they think like, oh no, she's obviously not ready. But I go in there and I show them.
Yeah, you show them. I believe you. Look how big you are. I'm sure you would get a lot of people if you too were a street philosopher.
He like blushes at the word big. It's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. You remind me a lot of my father, the Boulder. Had a lot of the same qualities.
Smile drops. I'm sorry, who?
The Boulder. This is his street philosophy that I'm teaching.
Oh. Right. Yeah, the Boulder. I can't say I've heard of him, but
yeah, and his face drops when you say I haven't heard of him. It's just like, but that's why you're here, right? I mean, unless you're here for me, which in that case, sure. I mean, I am living his legacy, as it were.
Oh yeah, actually, I look down to see if like Anzu's around. Yeah, I actually had somebody who had questions written down.
Anzu, you walked past. You look back. Anzu's still talking to the spiritual guide.
Actually, I wanna have been in full conversation with this guy, schmoozing it up, and use my other special ability on the case, which is I gain 1 die when I schmooze or study to gather information.
Yes, and this is very much schmoozing.
I also get to ask an additional question.
All right, yeah, let's do some schmoozing.
Yeah.
This will also probably get in X, if you want to do anything as well. Get some case clock information, because y'all are really here to find out not about Tay or anything about that, but to find out about the Harmony Restoration movement. So
no, exactly. Yeah, like I'm using this as an in, and I'm like leading the questions to.
Yeah. So let's do some schmoozing.
See how that's all related to each other.
do some schmoozing. I'm gonna say that this isn't actually gonna be an action roll. It's gonna be risky. It's gonna be standard.
Okay.
Because there is more than them just kicking you out to this.
What?
Yeah, it's almost like they're a cult.
I don't understand. That's a 5. Thank you very
That's a 5. Okay, cool.
Good.
So there is a complication, but you do get 2 ticks. Is that risky?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 ticks is standard.
Yeah.
But the complication is going to be at the risky level.
At risky. Okay, cool.
But you could tick that. You could make that 1 tick.
Yeah, let's do lesser effect. I think that's the best thing is that they talk a lot more about the actual like philosophy and stuff than like any of the questions that you actually had.
And I'm willing to go ahead and let that slide and not resist that one.
Yeah, there is a strain of this that you detect while you're schmoozing with this guy. That this is like a very like they're very friendly to the Earth Kingdom, and there's like some of that nationalist Earth Kingdom overtones while you're talking to this guy, and you're like, this is a little weird.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what she's doing, X, while you're talking to Tay.
I'm going to try to coax him into like doing his like fight demonstration and to bend and try to get more info about the harmony restoration and just how they play into this.
Yeah. If you're trying to coax him to do it, I think that's gonna be a finagle.
Ooh, okay. Well, I definitely don't. Well, did I say coax? I'm just going to.
Do we get a bonus die in finagle from the T guy?
Yeah,
from our...
what were we getting from?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, finagle I think is the right one for this case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, Kai. Good call. Yeah. Everybody from In for a Penny, you get a dot and finagle from
For the
Budon.
duration of this case.
I'm gonna
For the duration
add
of this
it
case.
to our G Down Detectives page so we know
Yes,
to
please.
remove that at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, X, you actually have a dot in finagle thanks to Budon. His Budon gave you some tea that's helping you be like smooth talk this guy.
Okay.
Budon spill the tea.
I was gonna say, is that literal or figurative tea?
Both.
Okay, I'm gonna try to finagle him into doing like a demonstration. I want him to like, let's see that boulder demonstration.
Yeah.
And like lay on him like, but I'm a veteran of the Earth Kingdom. Yeah.
So that's the leverage you're using. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So that's gonna be I think especially because you're being like, hey, I'm a veteran of the Earth Kingdom military, stuff like that. Risky Great, I think is the one we're going with. So you're gonna have more effects.
Okay. Okay. That's
You
one.
can always push yourself.
Yeah, you can always push yourself.
Oh, I have Battleborn. No, that's in combat though.
That's in combat.
You could also listen to a
Punch
Devil's
him.
Bargain.
Yeah, you could also listen to Devil's Bargain.
Let me hear what that Devil's Bargain looks like.
Ooh, I think the Devil's Bargain is you get more than what you bargained for. Like you were looking for like a personal demonstration, but a lot more people notice this and they think everything's starting.
We'll go to my spiritual advisor, Anzu. Don't sound like good odds. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do it.
All right, cool. So yeah, get an extra die for that.
Good.
Okay. All right. Really hope this doesn't bite me, but we're gonna go for it. Where's my thingy? There we go. And
Risky Great. Hey, that's a 6. Yes. The Devil's Bargain did it for you. So yeah, he's like after you say like, oh yeah, I'm a member of the Earth Kingdom, like former member of the Earth Kingdom. He's like, Army, were you? Well, you need a demonstration right now. Yeah, and he starts doing some like very fancy. He actually starts doing like talking about himself in the third person. And doing some like very like strong like wrestling moves basically, and it starts attracting other people over. And they start being like, wait, is everything getting started? And the spiritual guides are like, there a couple of them are congregating, are like, wait, we weren't supposed to start for another 15 minutes. What's happening? But yeah, he starts doing this, like, he starts basically like doing what's that called in wrestling when you is it shooting a promo? He's doing that basically before while he's doing his demonstration.
All right, and this is us going against each other, right?
Yeah,
Right, cool.
he like brings you in the ring. He's like, come on.
Okay, I twist my leg. I look over back to Anzu, and I do my signal to place money.
Oh,
My portable bookie.
yeah. I
Right.
don't think Azu is down for that. Like,
She never is, but that's asked anyways.
yeah,
Yep.
X always tries, but no.
All right, so I get myself ready while he's showboating.
Mhm.
Get the feel of the earth around me. Like, okay, this seems like stable ground.
Are you just gonna knock him out in the middle of his demonstration?
Yeah. Also, you get 3 ticks on this clock because you did this. I forgot. And it's gonna be the people that are here that's getting you the ticks, because you're gonna be recognizing a couple of people after the fight, or you and Anzu will. So
Yeah, I'll leave most of that to Anzu while I kind of get it. So I'm gonna. So yeah, is this just gonna be I'm just gonna roll bend, and what is my position here?
I think, are you fighting? Are you like, is your intent to like fight him and like knock him out, or like?
Well, okay, so my intent, thinking that this is a fight, but like hearing the word demonstration, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna lay him down. I don't want it to.
Okay.
I'm definitely not gonna lose because
Right.
he doesn't lose. But
You're trying to do this more like finesse than just like, I'm gonna kick the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is. I
then yeah.
understand this is not my street fight. It's my underground street fights. This is.
Yeah. So this is gonna be bend. It's certainly going to be risky. He's only one person, but he is tier 1. So this is limited.
Wow.
You could trade position for effect or push for effect, or yeah, you got multiple choices
Do
here.
you
Also,
have a
devil's
thing?
market. Sorry, what?
What thing?
Oh no.
Well, we got like 2 ticks on the clock, and like we still haven't even finished Casca and Azumi. So I think
Yeah, this
it's
one's
good.
this one's not gonna be for this one's not for the case clock. This is just for you humiliating this guy.
Is just for you.
Oh wow, you're
Yeah.
so good at bending though.
What is your bend 3?
yeah,
Okay.
put my dots in bend because I was either gonna get Battleborn or Metal Bend, but I figured season finale, let me push myself during this fight if need be.
Mhm.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and go for that. All right.
Okay.
So it's limited.
Yep.
All right.
Remember, you can use that push instead of pushing for another die to push to standard if you want.
Or you could switch it to desperate standard
Yeah,
instead of risky limited. That's an option.
just shoot him into the ceiling.
Let's.
And desperate gives you XP.
I've gambled a lot this episode, so if anything, I should be taking off stress. I'm just gonna go ahead. Position risky, effects limited. I'll stick.
Okay. You'll just stick with it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
Let's see how it goes.
let's do it. Oh man, can I hear Devil's Bargain? Because I've been doing good, but I just want to make sure I don't mess up.
Yeah, the Devil's Bargain is Let's see.
Any suggestions?
Yeah, any suggestions from everybody else for Devil's Bargain for this would be?
He thinks you're an initiate, and you have to keep dealing with him in the future.
That or they're going to
Or-
demand money from you.
Or or the people that we're trying to track down like really know who we are because of this. Like
Yep.
they get an idea that we're coming for them.
Yeah, I think that's good too. Yeah.
Ooh,
I think that's gonna be the devil's bargain.
ooh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that either.
We're gonna go ahead. Just
Fair.
do it. All right, let's hit it.
Come on.
Did it go? Oh, well, okay, here we go.
It's a 5.
five.
Okay. Yeah. So, you succeed. Because your intent was to knock him out. But it's limited effect. And there is a consequence. A consequence which you're going to be able to resist. So, I think the consequence. Were you trying to make this look like it was part of the demonstration?
No, no. My thing was just to straight up just.
Then the consequence is that people think it's part of the demonstration.
No.
You want to resist that?
Yeah, I want to resist.
Okay. That's definitely going to be a resolve resist.
Yeah. Where you at, resolve? There we go. I'm gonna just go ahead and hit submit. No bonus die.
No
Right.
bonus dice.
Got it. Yeah, I'm not gonna let this happen. There
Dang.
we go.
Oh,
stress.
clear stress. Yeah. No one is under the impression that this is part of the demonstration, and the spiritual guides like instantly like jump over the ropes and like get him out of here. And they're just like, one of them comes to just like, I'm gonna need you to leave.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and lead X out of here and be like, that was
Oh, well, I'm just like,
little
that's right.
uncalled
That's
for.
right.
You-
There's just stunned silence in the room while you go.
Let's go. Lovely.
Yeah, Anzu, you're gonna be recognizing those people, including the person that Budan was talking about with the like Earth Kingdom oath on their wrists, tattooed on their wrists.
But I saw that person.
Yeah, you saw that person here.
That's good.
So you will be able to track them down if you need to again.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So I know Casca, you're going to the police station, and
I
Izumi...
might have changed my mind on that, but go ahead.
Okay. Mizumi, you were headed off to. You are muted, or you're not speaking there.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, weird.
Yeah. Where?
I was gonna talk to Goro.
Okay. Yeah. So let's do Goro, and then
Okay.
we'll see what Casca's doing, because we're getting to the end. So.
Yeah. I feel like we're meeting for tea in Kyoshi Town.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Goro technically lives he lives on the border, as you know from earlier episodes. He lives like the border between Tiger Ward and Kyoshi Town, but he like goes to the like.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think of Venat?
What'd you think of Venat?
I mean, I think you know what I thought about Venat.
I haven't had a chance to go see him bend yet, but
Right. That's today, right?
if we have time, we got a case.
Oh, you got a case. Oh, right. Yeah. You.
Actually, that's part of why I wanted to talk to you, if that's okay.
Yeah. Sure. What about?
What do you know about the Harmony Initiative? Anything?
I'm gonna roll for him to see if he knows anything.
Okay.
The answer is he probably doesn't, but we'll find out. So D6. No, he doesn't know anything. It's like
Okay.
Harmony Initiative.
Restoration or something like that.
Just shrugs, just like I don't know.
Apparently, there's these thugs. They've been knocking things over in Little Water Tribe, and
Little
they're from
Water.
Yeah, they're from Kyoshi Town.
That's weird. I mean, we're doing like Tiger Ward stuff, but like we're doing Tiger Ward stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's not you
Little
guys.
Water Tribe is Red Monsoon's territory.
Yeah,
No one's dumb enough to tangle with them, except for maybe the triple threats. They're not
I don't
dumb,
think
they're
it's
just-
them. It's they have these weird tattoos on them about some sort of oath of the Earth King. And
She's just like, that's really weird. It's like,
yeah, I know. I
what-
thought maybe
did-
you knew.
did
something.
somebody hire Earth Kingdom thugs? Like, feels like kind of a weird thing to do. A lot of muscle around here.
You haven't heard anything about anything going on in Little Water Tribe, then?
Other than the Red Monsoon stuff, nah. I mean, like we we have our whole expansion planning thing, but like we're not gonna go around knocking over stuff and generally being thugs
Yeah,
unless we're
because
gonna get money out of it.
they were like smashing stuff up and stealing things.
That's just he's just like what the amateurs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know of any amateur gangs that are getting a little
I
thirsty?
mean, they're like we got some gangs around, but like you remember the Needles?
No.
I mean, they haven't really been popping up. They used to they're a bunch of sandbenders. They used to do sell cactus juice. I don't know what the hell they're doing now, but they're around. Like them or like I don't know. Most of the other gangs, like non-dry gangs, usually ain't here. They're usually like across the island over, Dragon Flats, that kind of thing. You heard about the Deer Dogs, right? You know them?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're a thing, but like they're not here. They're
Hmm.
in Dragon Flats, like. Yeah, I mean,
One final question.
yeah, sure.
You ever hear anything about a guy named Zhang? A police guy? Cop?
A copper?
Yeah.
I don't know coppers.
Well, here's the thing. He's not supposed to be around here, but he is. He's up in towards Little Water Tribe again.
Huh. Only copper knows you.
He's what, downtown now?
Yeah, he's in downtown now. It's like I don't know what happened to him, but I mean, if you got a copper, you got a copper problem, talk to the coppers maybe.
Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna do that, but yeah.
I wouldn't ask you to. I just figured
Thanks.
maybe you knew something because your connections. So
I, you're very kind, but
I just
I
laugh like clap him on the shoulder.
it's just like yeah. I look forward to seeing Vinod again. As you know.
Hopefully his bending is as good as you think he's cute.
I sure hope so. And even if it isn't, I mean, well, now we know where to go see him.
Yeah. And I'm curious about that bending school.
Yeah, what did they call it? The Discord School?
Yeah, something like that.
Huh. I mean, they didn't sound like earthbending, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it, honestly.
unfortunately, Goro is not nearly as helpful as
That's okay. I
he may have been.
figured.
Mostly because this case shifted actually when the Harmony Restoration movie came up. Casca, you said you might want to do something else.
No. Let's go to the police station.
All right, Uptown Police Station. The Uptown Police Station is right across the street from Central Station in Uptown. It's a large, like 3-story building. It's very authoritarian looking. Like when you look at it, you're just like, yeah, that's a police station without even any of the symbology on it. It's like that looks imposing. That looks like it was meant to withstand somebody throwing rocks at it or whatever. Yeah, and there's like a few police cars outside, and there's some cops and some citizens milling in and out of the station.
I think I'm not dressed for a nightclub, but I am dressed up, like
Okay.
as respectable as I can look.
Right.
So,
And as you know, money talks in the city, so.
Nice suit.
Yeah. So I breathe a deep breath, and I walk into I open the doors to the police station.
All right. Yeah, and there's a few people who are seated, like waiting for the clerk to like call them in so that they can talk to an officer. And there's desks. There's rows of desks with police officers and detectives working at them. And there is a clerk in the front. She's like working. She's working on some paper and waiting for somebody. And she looks up. She's like, "Are you here for something?" We're waiting for an officer.
I would like to speak with Officer Zhang.
Yeah, 1 second. And she looks down. It's like, He is actually in right now. Can I give him a name?
Yeah. So I pull out my like detective, like private detective badge, and I'm
Mhm.
like,
Oh, right. 1 second. And she gets up and she walks to the sergeant's office. And there's a couple minutes, you imagine they're talking. She comes back out. It's like, oh, please, follow me. We
Okay.
have a room for
Okay.
you. Yeah, and you walk over.
Is
you
it
walk
the
over.
interrogation room?
No, it's not the interrogation room. Be very, just like opens an office, like an office that doesn't seem to be used very much, and in there is waiting is Zhang in his normal beat cop uniform.
Oh, okay.
Zhang doesn't know you, so he just like looks you up and down. It's just like, I'm told you're from my ex's agency.
Oh, X already, huh?
I'm here because of some attacks that are happening in Little Water Tribe, and that has nothing to do with your ex.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks or whatnot. And he's like, please take a seat.
So I sit down.
Attacks in Little Water Tribe, you say?
Yes, on a couple of locations I know of at least, and we'd like to pick up the case, lighten your workload a little bit.
You talked to the station up in Little Water Tribe?
I come to you because you spoke with Zahi, and I was hoping to find out what information. Is that what she said? Out of character?
Out of character? No, that's exactly what she said. He does not believe you, and also he's like you can tell he's like, I obviously wasn't there. I work in Uptown.
Sure.
Like he's putting off that. I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? So.
Okay. So so I spoke with her, and she said that you took down the information. I was just hoping to get what you knew about the case.
I mean, I think you're in the wrong station.
Am I?
Let's do a roll. Let's see if you can get Zhang to talk, because he's obviously has a reason for not talking. But
sure. Okay. Or Zahi was completely mistaken.
Yeah, Zahi. It could be a total misunderstanding, or it could be that he has something he's hiding something.
Sure. Okay. So
I mean, she described him perfectly. An asshole.
Yep.
I mean, I'm gonna go with him hiding something because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Also true.
So, schmooze, finagle.
I think let me look at the difference between the two, because it is one of those connections from your heritage.
Actually, could I bend as a setup action to try to get what what kind of vibe he's giving me, so I can.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Yeah, let's do bend as a setup action. Okay. This is gonna be, I think the bend itself is controlled and it's standard. Okay. You know more about Zhang than Zhang knows about you.
Okay. So
you got an advantage there.
Okay. I will.
Because otherwise it would probably be eyeball to figure out how he's.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna push myself.
Okay.
So, all right. So you said controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And standard.
Standard.
Okay. With one bonus die.
That's a 6. All right. So yeah, you're gonna be getting a setup action is die or position. Or effects. I forgot.
It is position or effect the person who's setting it up's choice.
Position or effects.
So what is my position and effect right now?
Your position would have been risky, and your effect would have been standard. for this move if you hadn't done a setup action.
Okay. How about controlled standard?
I think this is because you aren't really using any, like, you don't have any real. Well, you have some leverage. Are you applying leverage, or are you just trying to like get like access to like information access?
Well, what I will do is push on the fact that we're principled and say, you know, I'm not here to tell, not to start to spread anybody's secrets.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then I think finagle, like,
Okay.
because he like he's got some history with his ex, and so he doesn't believe it.
All right. Well, I continue to remind him that like this has nothing to do with that relationship.
Yeah,
This-
but yeah, this is his disbelief and not your like reasoning, because he'll go along with it depending on how the roll goes.
Okay. Well, I'm also paranoid. That's my trauma.
Mhm.
So maybe I know how he's thinking.
Yeah, definitely. You're just like, oh yeah, he has a reason not to trust me, a private detective, because he's
Sure.
a cop.
Right.
And
So-
you also, in the back of your mind, you're like, he knows I'm a triad.
Right. 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 So I'm sweating.
Mhm.
And that's obvious to him as well. All right. So finagle with controlled standard,
Mhm.
and a bonus die from Budon.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a 6. All right, so that's going to complete the case clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So he's gonna spill the beans. He's just like,
And if he wants to do like I won't tell anybody about you and you don't tell me, like I'll do that kind of deal where if my criminal past comes into it.
yeah, he's just gonna put his like hands down because he still doesn't really know who you are other than like the PI. You
Oh,
don't.
okay.
You believe he knows that.
Casca thinks that he knows, but I'm telling you, GM to
Okay.
player,
Sure,
that he doesn't know.
Okay.
He puts his hands and that's just like, all right, just don't tell anybody. It's kind of. I got a court order to go over there. Here, and he passes a piece of paper. Judge Tachibana signed it. Don't really know why, but I had to lead a small force over there and check it out and basically just okay things. It's odd, but I'm not gonna complain to the department about it. But somebody higher up wants something stirred up over there. And while I don't waterbenders, water tribe people are, I mean, they're living there, but for me, I mean, I'm a cop. There's crimes to be had. And smashing things up, dealing with some hooligans, that's usually the cops up there's problem, and even the community. Usually the communities deal with it, you know? So
you were just paid to file the paperwork, get it over with.
yeah, paid to watch, basically. Throw it under the rug for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, you tell Anzu. You tell her that I don't even know what to tell her at this point. Anyway, here. Don't tell anybody that this happened, but if this piece of paper goes missing, I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I will check with the station down at Little Water Tribe. I do not know why I came here.
Good to know. If they ask, tell them the sergeant sent you.
Okay. Thank you.
He nods, just like, be on your way, citizen.
Citizen. like is in Casca's head. Like, when is the shoe gonna drop? When is the oh, by the way, let's take a look at your rap sheet gonna come up?
Yep.
And I think that, you know, they leave, but I think they make an impression to people. Like, they're gonna like say, like, they're gonna remember that I was there because of the way I acted on the way out. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, not the smoothest time for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a clock for the cops for Casca.
So what you're trying to say is self-fulfilling prophecy that they're going to figure out that you were a triad.
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Also, if the dice had gone wrong, I was considering flipping on Pitsy being at that scene.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oof.
So
Oh boy. Okay, so yeah,
I thought the dice were well.
you finished the case clock.
Yeah, what did we learn? When we get back to, I can use my
Yeah, I was gonna say we
hunch
should put all the
to
pieces.
put all the
Yeah, you
pieces
put all the
together.
pieces together. You want to put all the pieces together?
I
Wanna find out?
do. I'm
All
gonna
right.
spend I'm gonna spend 2 stress so that I can, or no, I'm gonna spend 3 stress. That gives me all the things. How it
Okay.
happened, what was happening, and who's involved. Let's go.
All right. How it happened. So putting all the pieces together, especially you have a court order from Judge Tachibana, who of course Anzu,
Mhm.
you know, is your mother.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't mention that at all.
No, I don't think Anzu has told any of you her last name.
No, I
So-
don't think any of you know I have a last name.
Yep.
Sounds
But
fancy.
yeah, it's Judge Tachibana, who is a member of the judicial system of the United Republic. How it happened, because there's this court order, whoever, which in this case the Harmony Restoration Movement, was hired by somebody to go and cause some mayhem in Little Water Tribe. That's what happened. How it happened was some thugs who were part of the Harmony Restoration Movement went and busted up some shops and some like ground level homes in Little Water Tribe, including Budon's place. And they were again trying to act like triads, but doing not a great job at it because they're not triads. And then who was involved? Well, obviously Judge Tachibana was involved. Jong was involved by virtue of the fact that he was ordered to do this. And you figure, Anzu, that he was ordered to do this because Judge Tachibana has that connection with him.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't say no.
Right, exactly. Like, he pretends like, oh, some random judge, and Anzu is like, you know damn well who that judge is.
Yeah, there are 2 people from the Harmony Restoration Movement because there's the guy who had the like Earth Kingdom oath tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's name is, let me write it down. Han Ying. And there's one other person who's a little bit higher up than him. He was like the main thug,
Mm-hmm,
which is probably why Budon remembered him. There's somebody higher up that you found out about, and her name is An, A-N-H.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are the ones involved. Primarily Han Ying, because Han Ying was like the leader of these like Harmony Restoration Movement thugs. But An is the person generally orchestrating this, that you learned about from reading this court order because she's mentioned. As well as like following Han Ying and just being like, where does he go? Who does he talk to?
All right, we need to tell him to cut it out.
You need to cut it.
That sounds like a job for maybe X and Azumi.
Yeah. So you have a location, because you followed Han Ying back. There is a what would it be? An old police station that is in Kyoshi Town. No longer a police station. That the Harmony Restoration Movement has made its own.
I look at Azumi before we leave. Like I'm about to grab something out of the closet. I'm like, Azumi, do we want to talk to them or talk to them? And you
So
like
it's
to
just like this.
All right, so I grabbed my backpack. All right.
Excellent. So how do you all want to go about this? Because the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the engagement roll, and then we're gonna do XP because I know Kai, you gotta.
Well,
Heavy.
we're planning on intimidating them.
Yes, you
So
are
show
planning
of
on
force
intimidating.
type thing.
Mhm.
Okay, so assault is from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
going in.
Right in
yeah,
the front door.
heavy.
Right through the front door. Cool. Let me bring up the things for it. So I need the score, and I need plan engagements. Okay. So assault. Do violence to a target. Detailed point of attack. The front door. Excellent. Everyone, loadouts.
Heavy.
Normal.
Heavy.
Light.
Cool. Engagement roll. One die for luck. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yeah.
We're blasting through the front door.
Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
We're blasting through the front door.
No. Does blasting through the front door expose vulnerability to the target to hit them where they're weakest?
They don't know
Just
we're
the
coming.
front door.
They don't know they're coming, but they're also in a foreign police station, so I don't know if this is particularly vulnerable. Is the strongest against this approach? Do they have particular defense or special preparations? No. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Yes. Are any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? Yes. They are also a tier 1 target, so they actually have a tier on you. So y'all have 1 die engagement. Then we're
Okay.
gonna do XP. So
Perfect.
yeah, somebody roll one die for the engagement roll.
Not it.
I like to give it a shot.
All
All
right.
right.
Do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Go to the GDAD detective and roll that engagement roll.
All right, engagement, and that's just roll fortune.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
1d6.
Wait, notes. Oh, just
Put
Engagement.
Yeah, there's an engagement button that you can
oh,
hit.
where's the
Yeah.
engagement button?
It's on the crew playbook.
Oh, crew playbook. Okay.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake. There it is. Found it. All right, let's do it. No. Okay. And
Blast it.
Number of dice 0.
1.
What?
We got a 2 then.
Well, you got a 2. It was 1d6, not 2, not 0. So we're gonna start desperate on whenever we pick
Good.
this up again.
You know what? I'm spec'd for desperate situations, so this is fine.
Yeah, this is totally fine.
I get extra dice on everything.
I
do.
think we the last scene is you're leading the team, and you just kick down the door and you see that they were ready for you, and that's when we come.
Where have I been here before?
Casca,
Yeah.
did you address a challenge with quick thinking or conspiracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times is the question? Did you do it multiple times? I think is the question.
Let's see. Well, conspiracy with Zhang.
Mhm.
I'll keep your secret, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess the onion box, but I don't know that it really counts. So.
I was gonna say just you know what we should do? I should bring my brother and my work companion, my workmate together for a bending team.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
that works. That works for me.
So that's definitely 2. Expressing your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Well, my background definitely came up
100%.
and twice actually. So like, being that's some So like, Red Monsoon walks into a police station.
That's the start of a bad joke.
Yeah. And I mean, so amongst all the other things, I'm, someone from the Water Tribe asks me to do something, I don't even question it. So
Yeah,
heritage there.
And also
definitely.
your relationship with your brother too.
Yeah. I was like, even ignoring that, like the scene was Ahi. And then
Issues from your vice or traumas.
my paranoia came up.
Your
Yeah.
paranoia 100% came up. We
Yeah.
even started the clock for it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 XP then.
5 XP. Yeah,
Nice.
that's a lot. That's a good amount of XP.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you have to go, well, in a couple minutes, but
Yeah. Yeah. Let's finish this out.
okay, cool. Let's do Okay, going down the list. Izumi.
Okie dokie.
Izumi. Did you address a challenge with stealth or speed?
Just the one time when I snuck in, but it was like a really amazing experience.
Yes. So,
But just
but
the one
that's
time.
just the one time though.
Yeah.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Oh yeah, totally. Like a lot. The whole I don't live around here, I live in Roku Heights, the whole I'm an ex-pro bender. Like it was like a whole big thing.
Yeah, going to the movers with your girlfriend, who you haven't really defined yet.
I mean, we're feeling it out. It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session?
I'm
You're
gonna
reckless.
say multiple times. And here's what I'm gonna say. My vice is my obligation to my family.
Mm-hmm.
So that came up and kept me kind
Yes.
of out of the action last time, even though really what kept me out was I was sick. But also,
Same thing.
Yeah.
reckless twice. One, recklessly hiding underneath the box instead of just walking it in like a normal person. And then also, agreeing with X, like, yeah, front door, let's assault this place.
Yes.
Old Izumi would be like, no, we should probably sneak in. Reckless Izumi's like, no, we got this. Burn this mother down.
Excellent. So yeah, 5 XP.
5 XP.
All right. The subject of X. Hey X.
Dragon.
Did you address a challenge with force or coercion?
Almost exclusively. Let's see. There was the meeting the Boulder Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Beat his butt.
Son.
Yes, with a fat asterisk.
Yep.
Let's see. Going to beat up the people. The Fifth Harmony. Not Fifth Harmony, not the band.
Harmony Restoration Movement. There you go.
No, we protect Fifth Harmony. Let's see. That was the two about the times I with violence.
Yeah. Don't know if coercion came up, just force. Well, actually, that was the whole thing with getting him to do the demonstration. Yeah.
My gosh, my first coercion, everybody.
Yeah. You're just like, how about you do this? And I get to beat your ass. Great combo. Expressing your beliefs drives heritage or background.
Well, when we can count this. When I stepped outside to take off my shoes to feel the earth again.
Yeah.
And talking with Remy. Not talking with Remy. Talking to my roommate Jeremy.
Yeah.
And then also talking to them about my background as a veteran.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma during the session? Your vice came up.
Yes, one time it came from me. The other time it was properly ignored.
Yes,
I say properly because I don't know how much gambling cultists get down on.
No, they don't do gambling. They just want to take your money. I think that's 5. I think that will make it 5.
5, all right. Well,
Yeah.
5
that's
XP all around. We'll see.
And Anzu.
Did I address a challenge with knowledge or tracking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I knew things, and I tracked people, and I tracked information.
Yes, you did.
All of those things together.
Cool. Yeah.
Did I express my beliefs?
Delete beliefs. Did you express your beliefs drives heritage or background?
Blah 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 blah. Like my heritage came up, but like I didn't bring it, so I don't think that counts.
Nah.
But like as far as my like
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for playing with us.
Yeah.
As far as like my beliefs and oh, cameras are all messed up. It's fine.
Hi everybody. Cameras
I knew
don't
this
exist.
was happening. Close enough. We'll go with this until I can fix
It'll
it.
be fine.
But at least now we can see people. Yeah, so I think that like she specifically was like, yeah, we should definitely talk to Zhang, not it.
I think that's expressing it. I think that's part of expressing it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think a lot of other things from that came up here.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I know
don't
what
think
came
so.
up.
Oh.
Mhm.
You got the tea.
Oh yeah, that's
And
true.
you were like, oh, thanks. I'm definitely going to use this.
No, that's true. That's true. As I like pack it away and don't even share it with anybody.
Yep. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session?
I mean, my vice kind of helped out because
Yeah,
I
it
got to
helped.
declare how I knew stuff because of that. And my traumas, not really. I didn't. I wasn't particularly paranoid or particularly soft. So
Nah. So 4.
yeah. Cool.
Yep. And the crew, lest we
Okey-doke.
forget. Did you all execute a successful investigation, espionage, or robbery?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you did. So 1. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
All challenges are above our current station.
Very, very. Did you bolster your crew's reputation to develop a new one?
I mean, we
I-
definitely played up our
Principled.
Principled.
Yeah, we're still
That came up.
principled.
That came up a couple of
Multiple
times.
times,
yeah.
So, did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Always. Like we had a whole, like we all went out to eat and we went to a snow volleyball match and it was just like all of us doing all of our things. Yeah, absolutely.
Together. We stayed together as a family.
Yeah.
We are basically a family at this point. I love
So
it.
7 total.
So much.
So much
So
XP.
much XP.
Man, just making it rain XP, man.
It's almost like you guys are very good at role playing, and that's what you get. It's what you get.
That is what you get stuff for. That's true.
Yeah.
Also, I leveled up my prowess, and so I'm taking a dot in Tangle because it seems like that's gonna be relevant.
Gonna fight some people? I wonder if Tangle is gonna be relevant.
I really wanted to put it into Insight because I only have Eyeball, and I would love to be able to resist stuff with Insight. At some
Nah,
point.
you could just be like Face in Packet Loss. At least you have something in Insight, unlike him. He literally has nothing.
It's
Yeah, I
pretty
have
funny.
Eyeball because I need to be able to blast people with fire from range, mostly.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Perfect. Cool. Well, that's it for the session.
Awesome.
And for the season.
And
For
for the
the
season,
season.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's say our goodbyes. Do some quick shout outs. And then I understand that Actual Play is going to be doing some more Blue Coats.
What?
some
They're
stuff.
doing more blue coats? I thought they
Yeah.
were done.
Right? That's
Well, there we go.
That's literally that's
Hey everybody, if you want to see how you do an investigation in Blades in the Dark, the game that this is based off of, go watch Blue Coats.
it's pretty great.
It's very good.
Yep. So let's do some quick shout outs. Brooks, why don't you begin?
Yo, I truly enjoyed this season. If you want to just see more of what I have, again, Brooks is the Facebook name. You can also just follow my Twitter because I'm also going to be active on there. My Twitter is BlackBoyFly94. I'll be getting more active on there, and you'll just see some funny X clips there as well.
Perfect. Estani.
So hi guys, I'm Sadie. I had so much fun playing this game. I'm really excited that we're talking about coming back for season 2. Really looking forward to it. And I'm glad that it's not just going to be the one season and then done because I've been having so much fun. So first of all, thanks to all of y'all for being awesome and putting this wonderful game together. If you want to find me on the internet, just Google Estani because that's where I am everywhere. I stream on my own Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Estani. I'm actually going to be doing a birthday stream on Tuesday because it's going to be my birthday. So we're going to do special birthday stuff, I guess.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm also an artist. You can check out my Patreon. I also have a store on Redbubble. and holidays are coming up, so special gifts, bring them in.
You can get really cool stuff like this phone case.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, wow.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, just follow me, Estani, everywhere. And again, thank you.
And Saint Guard, this has been your game.
Yeah, it has. Hi, everybody. My name is St. Guard of Variety Sherman. Sometimes you have a tabletop role-playing games, including right now. I'm also the designer of this game, Republic City by Night. If you want to see more on Republic City by Night, you can follow me over on Twitter at Twitch. God, I almost did my Twitch thing. I will do that in a second. Twitter.com/SaintGuardly. That's what I'm using with an LY at the end. I also am on Instagram, but I don't really use it. But thanks for following me there if you do. You can also catch me over on my own channel, twitch.tv/SaintGuard. I do mostly video games, sometimes game design stuff. I'm designing my own setting for this game. That is a Wuxia 1920 setting. So like Legend of Korra, but some things stripped out, some things put in. You can also I was making factions yesterday actually, which was a lot of fun, and learning that a lot of the like former megacorps of East Asia, their names are not nearly as interesting as I thought they were. So there is that. But yeah, if you want to see more about this game, of course, the pinned tweet on my Twitter profile is a link to the Google Drive that has all of the information in this game, and I will be doing more work on it, including adding the investigation stuff, which I learned about this game, which is basically just make clocks, everybody. It makes your life a lot easier. Like we did for this case. It made it so much easier. It was just like, here's an 8 clock, depending on how long you think the case is going to be, how complicated it's going to be. Or do the thing where if it's like a big conspiracy, have multiple clocks. Yeah. You can also find it over on my Discord, which there's not a link here, but if you go over my Twitch channel, you can find one. And there's a link there, and you can talk about it there. But yeah, more importantly though, this is Kelsa's channel, so
Thank you. Hello everyone, I am Kelsa. This is my channel. You can find me here, whether this is Twitch or YouTube. It's /Kelsa Delphi. On Twitter, it's just @Kelsa, because I've been on Twitter since Twitter. Besides Republic City by Night, we're taking a hiatus for that for the holidays. We'll be back in January. I am also over on Party Wipe Games channel on Thursdays, where we are playing Scum and Villainy. The game is Packet Loss. I'm the GM there. Obviously, the next couple of weeks we're going to be off because of holidays and conventions, but I understand that's going to continue through much of December.
yeah. I'm a player on that game, so if you want to see
Yes.
more of me, you can catch me over there
It's a
too.
really good game. I host it after my Thursday streams. It's really good.
I am always glad to see you there.
I'm playing a very Scottish person right now, so it's a fun
She's
time.
fun.
I am gonna miss your vicious.
Oh, she'll be.
though.
Oh, she'll be back.
I know
she'll
she
be
will
back.
be. I'm just saying, while she's gone, I'm gonna miss her being vicious.
Yeah.
That has definitely been fun to watch your character evolve and play up some traumas. I really love that. Over on here and on every other Monday, which actually we need to talk about holiday schedules. We're
Yep.
doing Consumed, but that holiday schedules, because this is the holidays and holidays,
I know that we aren't playing this upcoming Monday though,
and we're not
So-
playing the Monday after that because I am on a plane.
so we'll talk.
Mm.
Right, no, exactly. So we'll have to figure it out. Anyway, if anyone is going to PAX Unplugged, I'm going to be there. Free high fives. And probably you can listen to me talk about games. I will talk about a lot of games. I will play board games and probably some role-playing games, and I will tell everybody that I ever see forever to play Blades in the Dark.
It's the best. I love it so much.
I love it too.
Top player, this has been an amazing experience. So, yeah, is there a new player inclusive?
Yeah. That's Fortune. Fortune of the Dark is actually fairly new player exclusive.
It's
so
super easy to
inclusive.
learn, and it's super satisfying to play. Like, even as someone who's played a lot of systems, like me and Kelsa's played way more than me, but still, as people who've played a lot of systems, it's like my favorite. It's my favorite crunchy RPG.
This is the first time I've really done a like GMing actual Blades, because the only other Forge of the Dark game I GM'd was an early version of Karma in the Dark, which is
Not good.
not good. No, it's not very good. But this is the first time I've done like an actual game of this. I have yet to actually GM Blades or Scum or anything like that, but I would love to as well.
I need to expand my list of Forge in the Dark games that I have ran and or played in, because it's currently only 6.
I mean, there's Into the Dark and Blades Against Darkness and some other stuff, but those are the ones
Because
that I'm
there's
thinking about.
this one,
And Band of Blades. Of course.
Band of Blades, Scum and Villainy, Blades itself, Girl by
Vigilantes?
Moonlight. I'm just going with the ones that I've actually ran or played.
Oh, I was putting a question mark there because I thought you had been in that. I guess.
Oh, no, I haven't actually. And then I was very interested in it, but I haven't actually played it. And then the early versions of Consumed, back when it was not called Consumed and it was a Forge in the Dark hack.
Yeah. I want to do something that's tangentially related to Forge of the Dark. Gun, which is a Western RPG by the people who make Lancer.
Oh, right.
Okay.
It's very cool, and I want to play it.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the one thing I will say about the formatting for that game is that whoever formatted that game does not know how to format tables.
Oof.
Because the game is like probably 70 pages longer than it needs to be, because somebody didn't format the tables correctly.
Oh
I
no.
hate to see it happen, college.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
the game itself's very cool. But anyway,
This has been great. Thanks everybody for coming out, and thank you for playing. I'm gonna kick us over to some lovely music by Drummer Boy, so we can say goodbye.
My boy.
woo!